Welcome back, everybody, to another session of Reditus. We're on session 33. So let's do our recap and get into these group of idiots and see what they're doing next. So last session, they're still in the city of Ciniculam. The group defeated a flesh monster, and as it decomposed, a purple glass orb hit the ground with a humanoid black translucent skinned entity falling to the ground. A battle took place, and this entity seemed to be purely focused on Mastos. All the gold that was missing and had been stolen lined the insides of this entity. Attack after attack, ignoring everything else that was hitting it, it eventually hacked Mastos down as he fell unconscious. Mastos forced himself back to consciousness, and as he did so, Darius found himself being pulled away from his body. He stood in the abode of his patron, Demantrum. Rocky large cave decorated with a throne, pillars, and a statue, facing a strange set of white glowing orbs. Demantrum spoke from the statue to Darius, explaining that ending Magnus's plan is now not his only goal. He stated that he is willing to let Darius keep his abilities that he previously told him he would have to lose. He would have to do something extreme to prove his commitment to him. Demantrum explained that Darius's father had a pact with him and broke it, so this extra caution on his behalf is to avoid that situation ever happening again. Mastos appeared in front of the throne, and Demantrum instructed Darius that he must stab him with his pact weapon. Darius was reluctant but trusting, and Demantrum slowly pushed his blade into the chest of Mastos. The rest of the group witnessed Darius rush forwards past the four-armed entity and thrust his sword into Mastos' chest. Darius' essence returned to his body as the blade pierced the skin. The moment this happened, a bright red flash came from Mastos' bag, and then a purple and gray energy started to extend out of Mastos' body, forming a shape larger than him and seemingly pulling his body outwards. His height increasing, his shoulders hulking, his muscles doubling in size, his horns growing and curling backwards behind his head. Standing before the group with these strange bone blades in hand was the hulking, dominant presence of Reditus. As this happened, the four-armed entity was surrounded by this red flash, and all the gold inside it spilled out onto the floor, and it took its true form. A yellow 3-creen stood before the group. Immediately, the entity leaped at Reditus and hugged him with all the strength left in his body. This was Juranic. He began to talk about the event that had stranded him here. The Adjutors, a group that Reditus led, commanded by Demantrum, was fending off waves of assaults from demons in the Fae. They were using strange metal circles to portal into the area of the seed that they were protecting. As Reditus explained this story to Generic, he showed him the seed. Generic guessed that Reditus must have taken the seed to protect it, but in doing so removed the thing that gave life to that area of the Fae. Whatever power this was from the seed must have pulled Reditus and his Adjutors into the mortal plane, along with the areas of the Fae that surrounded them. Generic lost his physical form and was ripped into the mortal plane. There was nothing but a black, translucent essence. As he tried to make his way out of this underground area, he found an abandoned home. And for years, all he could do to survive was absorb any gold in the area. Eventually, he was able to control a rat, and then two, and then a mass of them, until eventually a small halfling found him, Harper. Harper had an ability to dislocate his joints and get into tight spaces, which let him uncover Juranic's area. Juranic, with this newfound ability to mind control, was able to form an atmosphere for Harper to feel welcome, and so took the form of his grandmother. About a week ago, this was his life until a water genocide found this area. Juranic was able to control her to leave her belongings, drop the 2 packs she was carrying, leave, and forget that they had ever found him. From this moment, Juranic lost consciousness until the moment he regained his original form. Juranic now asked Reditus to try and find their friends, the rest of the group, and return the seed to the Fae. Meanwhile, Darius had gone to check on Harper to find Thoric was tending to him. Darius updated Thoric and asked him to skip parts of the story when debriefing with Carmen. Thoric agreed and took Harper to Jasper's. Jack got upset with the group bringing up the accidental killing of Harper repeatedly and walked off alone. Atlas grabbed both the packs that the Water Genocide had dropped on the ground, one standard pack and one specially designed chest pack that seemingly had a bag of holding capabilities and had a Caterva Invigar emblem on its underside. The group, minus Jack, headed to the Wizard's Tower to deliver the scroll case that was released from the body. Orla paid the group a reward in gold and told them to immediately leave and take the Shadow Heart Sphere out of the store and secure it somewhere. Carmen was already informed of the situation by speaking to Atlas and Thoric, and as Darius and Atlas went off to one room, Mastos went off to a room by himself, and Carmen had explained that Ladmus will come and know how to deal with the Shadow Heart, as Darius started to talk to Atlas about possibly meeting his father Elias, suggesting he could do a spell to contact him. He did so, asking where he was, and he got a delayed reply. Atlas, my boy, I came to you, but you were not here. How is this possible? Where are you? We'll be back in a moment to see what they do next.
Yes, that protects your flesh, which protects your insides. You wear double the armor because you're weak.
The wall, and then these weird zombies came out of the wall, and I threw grease on the ground, and then we killed them all, and then we went through the hole along.
A way to help Atlas. You shouldn't be so hard on those that are willing to fight.
I do talk in kind of riddles sometimes, and I don't always tell the whole truth.
Who are you now? Who are you? Because I think that's something you should figure out before you get down there, don't you? All right, we're back. So, Atlas, you just received this message within your mind coming back from Elias. You're in a room with Darius at the inn at the Rusty Mug. What do you do?
I can respond, right? Or I have to...
So you sent the message, he responded, so you'd have to recast sending.
Oh. Did I let Darius know that he replied, or I can't remember how that...
No, it kind of ended with the reply.
We can start like did he say anything?
Oh yeah. I just heard him. He said that he tried to find me, or he came to me, but I wasn't there. And then he asked where I am.
Yeah, maybe he went like to your island.
Oh.
But I mean, your island knows you were sent to the tournament, no?
Yes, they sent me personally, so that, I mean, if he asked anyone, they should have told him.
I would assume he would ask. I mean, he was smart enough to build you, like his process of elimination.
Right. That would make sense. Well, I don't think I can really... I want to send him another message, but... I mean, we are resting.
Yeah, if you want to go into stasis, I'm just going to wait for that person that she said was coming to give him the orb.
Right. Well, I think I could maybe do it one more time, but then I'll definitely have to rest.
Well, we're going to rest anyway, so I mean, if you've got any power left in reserves, you might as well use it.
Okay, alright. So what do I say? Should I find out where he is, or tell him where we are?
Well, we don't have a way to get to him, so I feel like he seems to be able to travel. So telling him where we are might...
Right, but are we... I thought we were kind of leaving the city.
Well, we're pick a place. Where do you want to? Like we have to go. I think our next destination was Centaurium. No.
I don't know. I feel like it changes every minute.
Yeah, that's fair.
Maybe I'll tell him where we are, and I'll maybe let him leave a note where we go next. In case he comes here and we're not here.
Well, and you can also, if we're going to another place, you can
message him.
Yep.
I see where you're going with that. That's
Ah, magic.
okay. I'm not used to doing these sorts of things. This is new to me. I'm just used to helping and healing
And killing.
and gloriously stabbing. Okay, alright, I will try one more time.
One more time.
I'm gonna cast sending for the last time.
Okay.
Ever.
For the last time.
Hello, Father.
Shit, what's the name of the city we're in? I say in
Ciniculam.
my mind. What?
Ciniculam.
Ciniculam.
Don't say it in your mind. Those are words.
I am in a place called Ciniculam. We are helping.
Oh my god, what's her name? They're the
Carmen.
Why am I blanking on everything?
Carmen. I am with friends. Come find me.
You got 5 more words if you need it.
I'm at.
We'll update as we go.
Oh.
We'll update you as we go.
We'll update you as we.
Okay, I sent it, so hopefully he gets back to me. It's for sure, like, is there a way for someone to intercept these messages at all? Do you know?
After a few
Yeah.
seconds, you immediately hear in your head, "Oh, Ciniculam, yes. I'm unable to get there. I'm at Ninak, the island. Oh, goodness me. Well, take care of yourself. We'll figure something out."
Sorry, you said Dinak? The island?
Ninak, Ninak.
Have I heard of that place before?
No,
Ninak, the island.
your island.
So non.
Oh, is that my island?
I think he said your island. If he didn't, he meant to.
Oh, okay.
But then, so did he just not know the name of his island? How would he not have heard of it then?
Are you asking the DM?
Yes.
Yes.
Because the people living on their islands didn't assign the names of their islands.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
All right.
Everyone else knows it as Dick Island.
He just replied. He said.
I want to know the name of my island.
He said he's on my island. It's called Ninak. Have you heard of that before?
No. I mean, up until like 2 weeks ago, maybe, I didn't even know like all of this existed. The world got a lot bigger when our ship got shipwrecked.
Right. I've never heard of the name of it before.
Yeah, I don't. Does Darius like? Do we have names for our islands, even if it's not like the proper name?
Some of you did, some of you did not. And none
Am I
of you
one of those
currently
people?
playing did not.
Okay.
You know of a city, a name of a city, but not your island.
I to be honest, I don't know the name of my island either. It feels like an oversight, like something the adults would want to teach kids. But
I mean, yeah, I guess so. It's interesting.
yeah.
Anyways, I think I'm gonna rest now.
Okay. I'm gonna just wait up, and so at this point, I want to start reading up on Shadow God Ligu, I think his name was.
Okay.
Is there somewhere you want me to post up?
Wherever you want, dude. It's a big room.
Okay.
Yeah, there's 2 beds in it.
What bed are you taking?
Whichever one you don't. And I'll stand up so I'm not on a bed. You take your pick, bud.
What bed do you want?
Darius looks at him like suspiciously. Why?
Well, because I'm gonna activate my sentry mode, so I want to make sure I'm taking care and looking over you as you sleep.
And Darius very slowly and carefully just sits down on one of the beds. I'll take this one.
Okay.
And I'll like zoom over to the side of that bed and
Good night, Darius.
Good night, dude.
Hey, Darius.
Yes?
Thanks for being my friend.
Thanks for being mine. I haven't really had any.
Good night.
Good
and then
night.
just shut down.
All right, yeah. So you see Atlas go into stasis. He kind of shrinks down. Head kind of sinks into the body, and you see his eyes go to what, saying number 8 on it.
No, they're doing like a slow fade, like just kind of like scan.
Like the Cylon?
Yeah, but just like not as murderous.
Yeah.
It's like a light blue.
Fair. So Darius, you're sitting at the edge of the bed. Mastos, so you entered one of the rooms that was covered for you guys, taken care of by Carmen for the evening because of your successes in helping the city. So you get in the room. You're in the room solo. Is there anything specific you wanted to do while you're hanging out there, or?
Not particularly, just basic RP stuff where I'm gonna like come into the room, pull out the stone, my the seed, and I'd like to just sit on the bed for a while thinking about this stone, but actually seed and trying to think back more. I know my life, but up into the point where I don't remember when I grabbed this seed to save it, or to feel what I felt like was saving it at the time, to being born again with it again before slowly falling asleep, cradled, fetal position with it.
Okay, that's fair. With Ratmos by your side.
Oh, of course, he snuggles right in with it.
All right, perfect.
I was actually looking at Beast Bond, and I'm like, ooh, I can telepathically link with Ratmos.
All right, so yeah, you study, you sit down, you kind of just stare at this thing that you haven't really thought about it, but it has been with you since day one. It's just something that's it's just kind of been by the wayside. You haven't really focused on it too much until this group of adventurers freed you from your prison. It seems like more prevalent. You're more drawn to it. And you study over this, and you curl up and feel comfortable. You feel secure, and there's a little bit of a home feeling that you haven't really felt before, beyond when you were back in the Druid Grove. That you can just feel kind of tingling in the back of your mind, knowing that you've connected with somebody that was a true friend, that showed you love and affection, the immediate that they had the realization that it was you, the love that you had not had since you've been in the form of Mastos. So that helps you kind of lull off to sleep.
Sounds comfy.
Jack, so you were heading your way up from the Dragon Flagon, making your way up towards the Rusty Mug to, I believe, to meet Carmen or kind of check out where the rest of the group was. If you did not benefit from your short rest yet, make sure to do that. Roll any hit die or anything you need to do for your short rest. Yeah, and you make your way up there uninterrupted. There doesn't seem to be a lot going on in the city on your way up, other than you do see a little bit of movement from the Nolja guards on Core 2 as you're passing up in the western area. So obviously there is, some sort of indication that or notification that whatever went down is now being investigated or watched or taken care of. But yeah, you head your way up, and as you get to the Rusty Mug, You take a look in, and you can see a couple of patrons sitting around. You don't see your friends. You do see Carmen sitting at the back corner, going over some papers, as she normally is. And Jin, the regular barkeep that is there, is standing behind the bar, cleaning some glasses. What do you wish to do?
When Jack walks in, he's gonna kind of wave to the barkeep and signal for 2 drinks to be brought to him, and he's gonna make his way to Carmen.
Okay. You see Jen just kind of do a bit of a smile, kind of give you 2 fingers up, nods over, starts getting the drinks together. And easy waking me over to Carmen. She kind of catches your eye. Ah, yes. Take a seat, please.
Jack will go over and sit down, get into a put one leg up, just kind of sit in, lean in. I'm assuming everything was reported.
Yes, everything's being conveyed. I got some information from Thoric, some limited information, but information nonetheless from Atlas. Was there anything that you needed to add? Darius was here and told me some things. Was there anything you needed to add to the report?
No, just making sure word got through.
Okay, very good. Well, I'm very happy with the work that you've all done here, and we've had Jin here comp some rooms for the night, so you're more than welcome to stay here. Ladmus is on his way to. I hope that he knows how to take care of this Shadowheart. Darius referred to it, so he's on his way. So hopefully he knows what to do with that. Is there anything else I can help you with?
I assume after this we'll be leaving, but do you have ways to contact people outside of the city?
Yes,
kind of like
course.
how Darius or Atlas can talk to me when I'm wandering about.
Well, Ladmus does run at the cathedral, the messaging service where the Ravens would send messages across to different towns and things like that, if that's what we're referring to. If you're talking more of a magical means, then perhaps you could speak to Ladmus if he could do something on a personal basis, but that's not sort of a service or anything that the city provides.
Well, I guess I'm asking more about this other Drake Warden. I don't know if she's going to return or not, and I don't know if I'm going to get to engage her at any time. She's left a lot of questions, and she obviously has intent to frame and potentially kill me. Seems to be her goal. So I guess I just want to know if she will return, or if she does return, if that's something you will let me know. I guess I'll, as we depart from this city and get further away from it, might feel a tad safer.
So speaking of Villian and Sunak, the interaction you had here, we did send some Nojagard to track them down, and we last heard of them going across the mountains to the west, and communication has since stopped. So, being that it's now outside the boundaries of our city, and we're not going to pursue that further. If we get some Dawnbreakers or perhaps some other groups that extend beyond the city, we may pass that information forwards, but we try to contain everything we have within the city. So, if you are proceeding that direction, please look out for our guards and exercise extreme caution if you do go that direction. I don't know where they are going, but apparently it must have been there.
If we discover them, I'll have Atlas send word that we found them.
Please do, and if you do come across them, they must be exceptionally dangerous. So please exercise extreme caution, or don't even engage, and just let us know.
That seems to be the plan, I guess. I don't know what our next course of action is. I know it's going to be somewhat towards Centaurium. That's the plan. We got to go figure out this tournament and whatever higher power the Centaurium's actually dealing with. So, a lot of stuff to unwind, but if we've made a decent name for ourselves, we could always fall back here to stay or help if need be, if anything else comes.
And as you say that, you see Jin coming over, placing down the 2 kind of mugs. I don't know what's in there. It looks like some sort of ale. But he looks over at you and puts a hand on his shoulder. Did a great job. Thanks for helping out. And this mammoth hand on your shoulder, you almost feel the weight almost push you down, even though he's just kind of leaning on you, not really pushing. He just nods, heads back towards the bar.
And
well, if you intend to head to Centaurium, that's quite a journey. What's the plan? What's the strategy? How are we going to get so far?
I don't know. I guess just wander around, keep walking till we get there. Unless we found, I guess they called it a teleportation circle. People can travel about. Do you have access to any of those?
We do have a teleportation circle just out the front of the city. The people can come here if they have specific means to do so. We don't have anything that would send you somewhere else, if that's what you're asking.
So it's just a one-way kind of thing?
Yes, unless you have a teleportation stone yourself that is of course bound to somewhere.
And Jack's gonna cock his head because I think I do have something of that nature. That or it's Radagon that has one. I forget.
I think Radagon has a broken one from the bandit camp.
All right, never mind. He does not bother checking his satchel in front of him. I was like mixing up my inventories. Well, I'm assuming you guys don't have any stones that could get us closer to any cities closer then.
No, nothing like that. No, our communication with the outside is more just, we would send a messenger or a representative perhaps, but we don't really mingle too much. It's more people coming to us as opposed to us going to them.
Did you get a lot of Centaurium tournament people through here, or are we the first?
The first that I've ever met. Yes, most Centaurium people that have acquainted themselves with Centaurium usually don't come to our city.
Did you guys have a lot of dealings with Lord Vamoria?
Never dealt with him. Heard he was a madman, so we stay clear of that. We had no need for what he had. We had almost felt like unlimited resources here in the old dwarf mines, so we had no need to communicate with somebody of that nature.
It just seems so close. Okay, well, everything here is resolved, I guess, and thank you for the hospitality. So we, I guess, whenever they get up, you said they went to their rooms?
Yes, there's some rooms covered, and the three of them proceeded up there. Ladmus is on his way to look at the Shadow Hot, so I would assume that he'd be knocking on Darius's door when he arrives.
I guess I'll just remain down here, and he'll pick up the one drink and kind of point to the other one that was for her.
Yeah, she just gives a nod, reaches out, and joins you, kind of raises the trunk a little bit. She takes the smallest of sips and just sets it back down. More of an acknowledgement of sharing the drink as opposed to drinking it.
Yeah. Jack will just kind of stay downstairs and wait for everyone's rest to be over.
Okay. Yeah, so you kick back one of the chairs and lean back a little bit. Some time passes. You see one or two guards over the course of the next hour or so kind of pop in, walk up, talk to Carmen, come back out. Looks like they may be exchanging reports or something. And then you see this taller looking, you would assume tiefling because of the shape, but fully coated in this dull metal. It's full metallic material that covers the whole body. He stands about 6 foot tall. You can see these kind of horn-shaped back, but everything is coated in this armor. Looks very much like Carmen's armor, but not of a black, more of a dull silver. You see kind of like these blue glows on the front of the mask. He's holding a staff, 3 sort of yellow orbs in the front of the chest plate, and a flowing cloak. And you see him walk from the front door immediately over to Carmen and sit down beside and start communicating with Carmen. A minute or two goes by, and then you just see him kind of nod. He stands up, and he starts walking over towards the stairs to head upstairs. And up he goes.
Was that him floating up the stairs?
Yeah.
He's coming to kill me.
So Mastos, you hear Mastos, you hear at your door.
It's only joking.
Don't get you killed, my friend.
Right? I gotta stop joking about things. I wake up. I'm a light sleeper. I will go. Who is it?
It's Latmus Grace one. Is Darius Silverstrom there?
I open the door.
Would I hear this?
You might have heard the knock. Maybe just with the echo, but were you actually going to sleep on the end of the bed, or were you waiting up?
No, I told you I was going to read until he got there. I was reading up on whatever his name is.
Cool. Okay, so roll a perception. Oh yeah, Lego.
Yeah. Alright, that's a good roll. That might be my best perception roll I've done all game.
3.
17.
17. Okay, so yeah, you do hear
Hold
the
on, hold on.
knock.
That's the roll. I'm trying to find my plus.
Oh, you're not very
plus
wise.
3, so dirty 20.
Pretty 20, nice. Yeah, so you do. You hear the knock, and then you hear the two different tones of voices. You don't hear what they're saying, but you hear there's definitely a conversation.
So I don't hear my name then?
No.
Okay,
No, you
then I
wouldn't.
will just keep reading.
Okay.
Darius is Mastos' friend. Darius is across the, and I look over and I look down the hall and I'm like thinking to myself, I actually don't know what room Darius is in. So I'm just gonna point down the hallway at a room. How many rooms are opposite of my the hallway on the other side of the hall?
There's 8 rooms in here, so you'd see 4 opposite you. You're in the first one on the right. So there's 4 on each side.
I point to the third door.
The third door on your side or the opposite side?
Ooh, you know what? Hold on.
I'm going to change it to a D8 now.
I did change it to a D. From the opposite side, so directly facing me.
Yeah.
The second door on the left.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, my apologies. Thank you. I appreciate the help. Enjoy your rest.
I slammed the door.
All
Go
right.
back to bed.
Darius, roll a perception check.
Ooh, even better, 22.
Ooh.
You hear another 3 knocks. Boom, boom, boom.
Was it on my door?
No, you can tell it's another room being knocked on.
Okay, I'm going to get up and like poke my head out the door.
Okay. Yeah, you see the back. You see a cloak, and these kind of like metal horns kind of sticking back, pointing towards you. And some
I
man
pull in
standing
the
with
door a
blue
little
staff.
bit, and now I'm like peeking. I'm like,
Okay. You see this guy's long, big staff almost reaches his entire height of 6 foot, and this kind of like strange, like kind of square with a blue sphere inside it. And he's just standing there in front of the store, knocks 3 times again, kind of glancing down the hallway.
are we familiar with Reditus? Have we met him?
You have not.
Okay, well, there goes that plan.
You see him put his hand down and try the door handle, and he lets it go as soon as to be locked. He kind of shrugs and he goes to turn to walk down. Are you trying to hide as he turns?
Well, what do I see as he turns?
So you see this kind of large metal-looking mask. You can't see his face at all. It's covered by this almost sheet metal that covers the front of his face and also his horns curling back. You see kind of blue glows where the eyes would be. 3 yellow spheres down the front of this sort of metallic armor, dull metallic armor with a sort of yellow cloak.
So I am going to put my head out a little more and put my hand behind my back and summon the sword.
Okay. Okay. Are you trying to hide behind the door at the same time?
Well,
like
I
you're
mean,
staying hidden,
I'm
or
still
no?
in the room. My head is just poking out. So
Yeah. Okay, roll a stealth check.
stealth, 18.
Okay. So yeah, he turns, and as he walks, he doesn't seem to notice your head poking out, and you see him stop at the room to your left. Mastos, you hear on your door.
I am like
I get up and I walk
slowly.
like this.
Are you shapeshifted into a monkey?
No. And I slowly open the door, but I'm not looking straight ahead. I am basically sleepwalking to the door.
Okay.
And I'm just head.
And you open it?
Yeah.
My apologies, friend of Darius. He doesn't seem to be in that room. You know where he is, a chance?
Hearing him say my name, I will dispel the sword and hello?
Darius! And I
Ah.
point.
Ah, sorry. Sir, resume your sleeping. Darius Silverstrom?
Yep.
Ladmus Graceborn. I've been sent to take a little look at something that you have, yes?
Yes, please come in.
Of course.
Mastos is sleeping in the doorway, pointing at Darius's door.
All right. So, yeah, so as he
Sleep like a
follows you in,
horse.
get a little bit of a closer look.
Ooh, we get to see our rooms? Or, oh, their room.
I think he's showing me Ladmus.
Oh, I'll show you Latmus.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
You didn't tell me he was like Devil Batman.
Yeah, double.
You can tell by the structure he's definitely a tiefling, very much like Carmen. But yeah, this armor, whatever armor they both wear, it almost is. It's not liquid, but it moves strangely with their body, almost like it's part of their skin.
So similar to like what we saw with Cleric.
Yeah, similar style, yeah.
That's cool.
Okay, so a shadow hot.
Yeah. So I'm gonna sit back down on the bed and I'm gonna pull out the bag of holding and reach in and pull it out and present it to him.
Okay, so as you're gonna reach it out, he kind of looks to your side a little bit. Is Atlas okay? Does he need help?
He's-
Or?
He's sleeping.
Very well. Okay, let's see what we have here. And he kneels down and he pulls out this strange-looking fabric. Now it's kind of got gold trim. It's red. It's got kind of symbols on it, and he kind of lays it out on the floor. Here,
I'll
okay.
set it down on it.
Okay, excellent. Just take a step back for a moment here.
And take a step back.
You see him kind of put his hand on either side of it, start kind of mumbling some words. He kind of moves it without touching the sphere, kind of just moves his hands almost 360 around it, except for the bottom. And you see the kind of the runes on this fabric kind of glow. And he just stops. Would it be okay if I take care of this? Remove it from your person and perhaps lock it away?
That's kind of what I was hoping you could do. What are you gonna do with it?
We're going to, first of all, seal this, and then the three of us, is the council that runs Ciniculam. The three of us will meet, and we will decide how to dispose of this or remove it from the mortal plane and send it back to where it came from.
Okay. Well, any chance you could just seal it away somewhere? That way we know it's stuck there, because I don't know if it can get out of where it came from. Like, I don't know if back there is sealed. And I don't imagine it's
sorry,
gonna
I
be-
mean the Shadow Realm. Back
Yeah,
where
but
it
like-
originally came from.
okay, so I guess question of the DM, was it not in the Shadow Realm when it got released?
Yeah, when you guys tore open that.
Yeah, so that's more like, because Darius doesn't even know what happened. So his
Yeah.
whole thing is it got out before it could get out again. Even though we did assist in that, he doesn't know that is now locked, right?
Hmm.
So like he's more so just like, hey, like I just want to make sure this thing can't come back because it's gonna be pissed that we did this to it, and it's gonna want revenge, and it actually wants him. And I pointed at Liz.
Well, that would make sense. A source of power. These Shadow Hearts, these should not have been able to actually escape from the Shadow Realm. Shadow Realm's a place of, well, there's much speculation, but some would say almost like the waste ground for things that were created by the gods that didn't quite fit with the planes that were created, and this was kind of all pushed in there. Shadow Hearts, almost the most tragic of them, not having any form or solidity to them. So it would make sense that it would try to find some sort of vessel to insert itself here in the mortal plane. Quite dangerous, quite powerful. We definitely would want to try and send it back where it came from. I don't know if it can be permanently destroyed. We can definitely do some research, but it is of... we'd want to do it as quickly as possible, I think.
Yeah, I don't necessarily mean destroy it, because I don't know if it can be, but more if we seal it here somewhere and keep that protected, then we know it's there. If we send it back to the Shadow Realm, I mean, yeah, we know it's there, but we can't monitor it. You know what I mean?
This is not really a city of prisons and such. I don't think we have the capabilities to contain something like this if it was to break out and regain its strength.
Okay, well, I guess then the Shadow Realm is better than nothing at all.
But as I say, this is all just speculation. We will have to consult with the others. I wouldn't make any decisions by myself. But we definitely want to do what's best for the city and those that are here.
Yeah, I think this is a bigger scale than just the city. But regardless, you seem like you have some capabilities in the arcane. Is that true?
Yes, indeed. Indeed I do.
Are you able to communicate over long distances?
Yeah, if I'm familiar with the person, usually it's quite successful.
Can you let me know when the council has made their decision and when whatever the decision is completed?
Oh, most certainly. Absolutely. Absolutely. By all means, you, the Atlads, were able to contain this being. So we're very grateful, and we'll absolutely be communicating anything that's being done with it. It's essentially under your care, and you're trusting me to take it, so we will communicate that, absolutely.
To be clear, we didn't seal it in that. We defeated it in combat, and it turned into that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, this would be quite good for the research. We've never been able to, get our hands on anything that would be from the Shadow Realm, so that's very interesting to know that the vessel would revert back to this when destroyed.
Yeah, I mean, you should have seen it before. It was disgusting.
What was it like? Do you mind explaining what you've seen? Oh, better yet, do you mind if I take a look? He kind of gestures his hand.
And he backs up a little bit because he doesn't want him to see the fact that we actually released it. I have a better idea. Actually, I might not be able to do it yet because I don't think I've rested. Yeah, no, I can't. It's a spell slot. I thought it was a cantrip. Yeah, I'm not really comfortable with people digging around in my head.
Not a problem, of course, no problem.
But just imagine a giant pile of flesh with a bunch of mouths on it. And tentacles, and it could put spikes. And I show they're still I imagine they're closed, but there's still marks on my head.
Yeah, you can see him kind of tilting his head, kind of looking at it. Oh my goodness, yes. Perhaps rest time for you, I think.
Yeah, I just I wanted to wait for you before I fell asleep because I didn't want to not wake up because that thing took my body.
Of course, that's understandable. Let me get this out of the way. And the temporary lockdown, at least, I don't know how long this will be contained for. So let me just take care of this. He
Yeah,
sits
for
down.
sure.
You see him go cross-legged. He kind of puts his hand on either side of the rag that is there as material, mumble a few words. And you start to see the gold on the outside light up, and the blue of his eyes burn immensely now. Very, very bright, starting to go almost make the whole room glow blue. As he folds over each corner, you see the sapphire almost sink down a little bit as he folds each corner. And as he completes the fourth fold, you see the material just go flat. He folds it up into four and places it in a pouch on the side of his belt.
That's a cool trick.
Yes, well, for now at least. Yes, I must consult. We appreciate everything you've done for the city and hopefully continue to do. And I'll be in touch as soon as I know more.
Sounds good. Thank you, Latimus.
He bows his head and he stands up and he looks beside you and says, "Bye, Atlas," and turns and walks out the room.
I will go back to reading about Lego. So, from what I read, I can spend 2 of my 8 hours of a long rest just reading or whatever, right?
Yeah. It's not active.
So
yeah.
I will. So whatever reading I've done, and then the next 2 hours I will read up. If I get everything I need on Lego, I'll just move on to another god to get whatever information I can.
Okay, pick another god.
1 second. Let me pull up my list of them.
But while you're looking for that, so Jack, you've seen Latimus go up, and he was up there for about 15-20 minutes. You start to see him coming back down again. He heads over towards Carmen. He kind of whispers in her ear, 15-20 seconds. She nods her head, and he starts heading towards the exit.
I'll say Jack would just be watching it. He wouldn't try to listen.
Yeah. Sure. Okay,
I'm
so
gonna
what-
say Dracoris.
Chorus. Okay, gotcha. All right, so Jack, you see no sign of your teammates coming down. What did you want to do right now?
Jack's just gonna wait. He's already took his short rest. So Carmen said they were up there, so he figured they're taking their time.
Okay. So Mastos is asleep. Atlas is in stasis. Darius, what do you want to do? You're reading. Are you doing just staying up there? So it's been okay. So Jack, basically, it's been about 2 hours now, and no sign of any of your compatriots.
Wait another 2.
Oh, I thought we were just doing an hour rest. No.
No, we're doing a long rest, dude.
Yeah,
Well,
we're
nobody
all right, well,
nobody
I guess
communicated
Jack
anything.
would
with
then-
Darius.
no one did. I love it.
Isn't it like 3 o'clock?
It was 3 o'clock. Yeah, it was.
Wasn't
Time
most of us like
at 4
dead
o'clock.
after that fight though? Like, would that not be kind of self-implied with how bad shape everyone was in?
I thought you said though by the time we got back
Jack's
to the
almost
thing, it
full
was
health,
close to 5.
It was 4 p. Basically, whenever Atlas sent his message to Elias upstairs, it was
Okay.
4 p.m. So it's been what,
Oh.
2 hours. Jack's been waiting downstairs, so you're about 6 p.m. right now.
Oh, well then Jack's gonna go upstairs and he's gonna knock on a few doors until he finds people.
Okay. so
I
she-
am literally standing in my doorway sleeping still. Arms down. The arms
Oh
down.
yeah.
I didn't go back to bed.
So as you hit the top of the stairs, you immediately see on your right-hand side the first doorway. You see recognizable Mastos form, just kind of standing up, head kind of down, arm by the side, just like that little nose bubble that's popping, boop, boop, anime style.
That is perfect illustration of how Mastos sleeps.
Jack would peer around Masta to see if anybody else is in that room.
Yeah, roll a perception check.
Dirty 20.
20. Yeah, you take a quick scan around the room. You see an unconscious mouse laying on the floor, asleep, but you don't see any other bodies within the room.
Jack is going to do his best to delicately pull Mastas on the floor and drag him back in his room, and then close the door behind him,
Okay.
like
Roll-
leaving him in the room and Jack not in the room.
Okay. Let's do a dexterity check.
It's like, I'll just let him go to sleep.
Yeah.
Close the door. At least no one's gonna kill him.
An 18.
18. Perfect. So yeah, you kind of like you go around behind him and kind of lay him, pull him back onto your back, and then slowly kind of move in, and then gingerly just place him down beside the sleeping rat, and he just automatically
All right.
curls up.
And then Jack will kind of walk out and close the door behind him, and then he is going to try to use his senses to see if he can tell what room the other people are in.
Okay, go ahead and roll a investigation or survival, your choice.
Survival, please. I have a nice survival check. That is a 16.
16, nice. So as you kind of look around for an indication of where Darius might be, you notice the you notice first of all actually Atlas's feet, leaving kind of a little scuff marks. And as you look closer, you can tell it is almost in tandem with another person. So you ascertain this to be Darius and Atlas moving into the second room right beside Mastos on your right.
Jack is going to just kind of wander up and see if the door is unlocked.
Okay. So you go to turn the handle. Darius, did you lock it when you went to go sit down again?
I would have. I didn't say I did though, so it's up to you if you want to.
Yeah. If you would have, it's fine. It's not a deal. So yeah, you go to turn it, and you just hear the rattle. Darius, just coming kind of where you were going to wrap up and kind of lay down to try to go to sleep, you hear the doorknob rattle.
I'm quiet as a mouse.
Okay. So the door doesn't budge, and you don't hear anything. Jack.
So I for sure know that they're in there because the footprints.
You don't see the footprints leaving. Yeah, you just kind of can tell that they go in there. You don't see them leaving.
Sorry, I'm reading something. No, I'm not doing that. Jack's just gonna knock on the door.
I finally used the fireball scroll. My door.
Burn it down.
My friends
I
are
was
in
gonna-
danger in there.
I was gonna use my cantrip and do something stupid, but Jack's just gonna knock on the door. And Atlas, Darius, are you in here?
Do I recognize a voice?
Yeah, it's quite clearly
Okay.
Jack. He's very specific.
I will go and unlock the door and like open it a crack. Yes.
I presume by the time and no one coming downstairs, you guys are gonna be a while. Get rested up after the battle.
Yeah, we're all kind of spent.
Understandable. Carmen said the rooms were on the house tonight. Do you know which other room is available?
I think you can just take a room.
Oh. Okay.
Jin
just-
told you it's the 4 rooms on the right because he gave you the key.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
did he give him or me the key?
Darius, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Never mind then. And I will hand him a key. And all those rooms on this side are ours.
Perfect. Okay. Well then, I guess I'll see you in the morning.
And I close the door and lock it.
And Jack will go get a room, and then he is going to use. I think I have a spell slot. Yeah, I have one more spell slot, and he is going to use a spell slot, and he is going to resummon Reen. Affinity for lightning.
Okay.
And he is just going to kind of plop down on the ground and kind of like tear his bed up to make a comfy area for Reen and him to share, since she's a lot bigger now. And he's just like, I'm done with the day and is going to go to sleep.
Okay. Yeah, she curls up.
He'll just pet her until he falls asleep.
Okay, yeah. You get that familiar kind of pet now, where it's the scales are used to kind of clicking your fingers over just a half dozen scales at one time. Feel like the one, the two, like the size growth and the power of Reen. You can almost feel in your fingertips as you kind of pet her, and you kind of smile to yourself as you start drifting off. So everybody, go ahead and mark off a long rest if you need to do so.
Okay.
Yay.
It did it. I also changed my spells around. I'm sure I will do in my daily preparations when I wake up.
Yeah, don't forget spellcasters. If you want to reassign some spells or whatever, make sure you pick your spells for the day.
I can't do that.
I'm so glad I used all my recover hit dice on that short rest I took.
You get half of them back.
You get
don't you?
half of them back, yeah.
No, yeah. I used like almost all of them to get up to like, I was just like 3 health shy of having max health.
All right, so Atlas, you come out of stasis, and you kind of take a look in the room, and you see that Darius is currently snoring on the bed below you.
I'll just kind of sit, stare at him.
Okay. There.
I want to do a medical scan on him too. He's snoring pretty loud. I want to see if there's any signs of sleep apnea.
Yeah, roll medicine check.
22.
22. After a full scan, you do detect some issues of a deviated septum. Perhaps at a later date, you may be able to try and treat to relieve some of that pressure. But otherwise, he seems fairly healthy.
Okay.
Mastos, you arise. You look down and you see Ratmos is just sitting on his back, 2 feet, sitting up almost like a dog, just staring at you with half a smile on his face.
My pet Ratmos. Restart our day. Start our day again.
Scrambles
Things
up
we
your fur and hops on your shoulder.
And I exit the room to go downstairs for looking for food. Because that's how Masto starts his day. Hearty breakfast.
Jack, you kind of wake up immediately hearing one of the doors open outside. Always kind of, although asleep, always kind of like alert. So yeah, you hear the door open and Reen's kind of ears perk up and look towards the door.
Jack's gonna get up and seeing third time now how big Reen is. He's gonna kind of look at her and go, okay, let's see what kind of movements we can do in tandem next time we get into a fight. And so they're gonna be making a bunch of noise upstairs as he like practices different like maneuvers, like jumping around her. He's gonna like at one point he's gonna zip around like one of her horns, and he's gonna like pull himself, like try to like turn himself sideways through her horns and like kind of land and do a pose and be bouncing all around her, jumping off of her, and just
All you
trying to
hear
do
from
anything
the
he
room-
can.
The room next door is on the wall.
Yeah,
As
Atlas.
Jack's gonna spend a good bit of the morning doing that.
Yeah, Atlas. You guys are watching Darius, and you hear like one door kind of like open a little bit. You start to hear these crashing and banging, an immense amount of noise coming from the room to your right. A little bit
Crashing
of
noise.
crashing noise, a little bit of roaring mixed in. Oh,
Did-
yeah.
Darius like
You see Darius, his eyes are closed, and you just see him hit the wall a few times.
And I cover my head with a pillow.
I'll like creep to the door and kind of peek out just to assess the situation.
Yeah. Take a look out. You see one door to your left is open, and all the other doors just seem closed. You can tell it's coming from the room next to you. Right.
I'll move up to the door and kind of peek in.
Hello?
Jack, as you finish one of your backflips off Reen's tail and land, you hear the voice of Atlas on the other side of your door.
Hello?
Jack's still like in the moment, like visualizing a fight that he had when he was younger with Reen when she was littler, and he's just gonna be like, "Come on in," and he's gonna keep his like momentum, and she's gonna fly in the air as he like jumps underneath of her and tries to zip back around her and land on top of her as she hits the ground, and striking his pose and holding his hand out like he's about to shoot a bunch of arrows at somebody.
Oh, hey Jack. I didn't realize. How are you?
Without skipping a beat, Jack's gonna turn around and he's gonna go, "I'm good," and he's gonna jump off Reen, and his grapple is gonna shoot straight at Atlas, and he's gonna try to yank him up on top of Reen.
Okay, roll to attack.
I'm good. I got a bunch of sleep last night.
You
Roll attack roll.
yeah. Jack's
He, like,
he's trying to
kills
yank you up there.
Murders them.
Let me roll here. 21.
21. Okay. Atlas, you gonna resist or let him yank you up?
Do I have it like? Can I catch it? Like, can I try to catch the?
No, he's already got that attack. Would hit you, so it's in you. Whether you want to grab it or not is up to you. But
Oh, it's in me.
yeah, it kind of grabs onto you. It
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
damage you, but
That's
kind
right,
of wrap
Papa.
around your shoulder.
It's
Sure.
like it like wraps around you. It's like gonna wrap around your arm.
Yeah, it's basically, do you like kind of go with the flow, or are you gonna try and fight back at it?
No, I'll go with the flow. But I want to like overly go with the flow. Like I almost want to like twist into it and like. Lee!
Yeah. So as you pull him, you see Atlas almost just like torpedoes himself upwards towards Reen.
Whoa!
Spins
And
and
he
roll.
would like the way Jack would pull him, he would basically try to get him to mount on top of Reen, and as like he lands on her, she'll drop to the ground and start like getting some momentum and kind of like bobbing up and down.
So am I on Reen right now?
Roll a dexterity saving
Yeah, you're
throw
riding
first.
Reen.
And Reen is lightning right now.
Yeah, she's not attacking you though.
She doesn't emit like lightning. just
No,
in
no,
general?
it's not an aura. Nice try.
Jack caused Atlas to die again.
So Atlas, roll a dexterity saving throw for me.
Not good. 7.
7. Okay. So Jack, for Reen, roll a strength check for Reen for me.
Okay. I gotta
Atlas,
pull up her.
Right back into my room through the wall.
A strength check, and she gets a +3 on those. She rolled an 18. Goodness, D&D Beyond be rolling nice.
Yeah, so as you kind of yank Atlas up, he's like, wee! He kind of goes into it, spirals up like a little bullet, just flying up towards Reen. As you kind of see his like legs and arms open out to try and like land on Reen, he completely overshoots it. But as Reen kind of like flicks herself up, she flicks her tail up, and the tail end of it just catches him. And as he hits it, it just slides like a little water slide right back down with his legs open and lands on her back.
And then as he like lands on top of her and comes to a stop on her back, Jack would like re-zip around and like kind of fly up on the back of her like he's riding behind Atlas. And he's gonna go, I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this.
This is... Oh, I don't feel so well. I need to get down.
And Jack will kind of like look at Reen, and her tail will straighten down, and so he can like kind of walk off the back of it.
I like Atlas like staggers kind of to the bottom, and like his equilibrium and everything's all off, and he just like kind of, he's still smiling, but he's just kind of staggering from side to side, and then just like his hatch opens and drops out his ball friend, and he gets up and he starts like kind of staggering a little bit, and then I just like kind of like usher him back into the back of me and close the hatch.
Instead of rolling up into a ball this time, he kind of tumbles on the ground. You see his little vines, like he kind of pulls himself into your hatch and then rolls himself up inside.
Oh, that was a lot at once. I was not expecting to be thrown around so quickly.
Sorry about that. It just kind of seemed to like kind of good in the moment, you know, in case something happens and I gotta pull one of you onto her, she can start running away.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, I don't know if you saw how different Reen looks, but Reen kind of had a transformation.
Oh yeah, I definitely noticed. In the split second before being shot with a grappling hook. But
This is the coolest part. Check this out. And Jack will like look at Reen and he'll like nod his head up, and she'll like start to like lift off as she flaps her wings, and she'll be off the ground.
Does it like kick up dust and stuff?
You see now, like getting a good take of the room, you can see the chairs, the table, the dresser is all busted up. As she kind of flaps her wings up to the like 12-foot ceiling. You see the dust is like the power of her wings is almost like pushing you back.
I just,
But
like,
yeah, you
picture,
see her
like, getting
hovering in
hit
there.
with like some lighter debris.
Yeah, yeah. Little pieces of paper and little pieces of wood flying.
so
All of it's just missing Jack and going right to Alice, and he's just like, yeah, look at that.
so impressive. It's great. We can maybe just have her get down for a minute, just to gather my bearings.
And then Jack will just kind of whistle for her to come land.
Oh. Okay, well. Random question, Jack. What do you think, you know, from your travels, if you looked around, would you say everything in this room is worth? Before you took over the room.
I don't know. That's kind of a hard question. I don't see what one platinum could solve. I've got 10 of them now.
Oh, okay. Alright, well, maybe just check in with the front desk before you leave and just let them know they're going to need to replace everything.
I can do that, yeah.
Okay,
And
great.
Jack looks around the room and actually takes in all the damage that's been done. Jack's kind of got like a sweat going, a bead of sweat on his forehead, like after his like morning routine, trying to get in ship shape.
Alright, well, I've noticed our friend Darius has a small deviated septum issue, so I'm just gonna go reassess that and maybe see if I can correct it when he wakes up.
Okay. Do you guys want me to bring food up to the room, or?
No, it's okay. You just clean up your little mess here, and maybe just don't let anyone
Jack
know.
like looks at Reen and like points at some of the broken stuff and has her go up and like pick it up with her mouth and go put it into a pile.
Yeah. She starts moving it, using her nose to like push all the little tiny pieces of debris over to a pile in the corner.
Okay, are you Are you gonna be good here?
I think so. Yeah. I think Reen got a good stretch in after a long period of time.
Where does
Not-
she go?
That's a good question. I guess back to her realm is what I would call it.
Is it very cramped in her realm, or
I don't know. I've never sat there and talked to her about it. She's not for words.
I wonder if I could somehow talk to her. Can you not communicate with her? Like,
I can speak Draconic, and I believe she understands Draconic. I've never been like, hey, let's have a conversation. She shows her emotion pretty well through other means, I guess.
do you know if there was any history or anything of Drake Wardens being able to talk back and forth with their companions? The magic ways of doing that?
I'll be honest, I didn't know much about Drake Wardens until we had to deal with the potential one of us being killed by one. So the fact that I can summon one, I thought was a rare ability, but apparently there's a guy that just goes around and gives out anybody a Drake for a upcoming war. So I don't know if all people get their Drakes the same way that I did, but that's how I got mine. So
Have you ever noticed Reen try to, like, does she make any noises or?
yeah,
communicate?
she bellows all the time. You don't hear her, you don't pay attention to her
Well,
noises.
Not entirely. I just more
It's
or
all
less-
about knowing the pitch and which bellows, a stressed bellow, or which one's an informative bellow, or an all clear bellow. She's got a bunch of them. I can walk you through all of them if you'd like later.
Do you think it might be like a language she's speaking that you just don't understand?
I believe if she spoke the language she understands, Draconic, I'd be fine. I know Draconic pretty well now, but
Right.
I just think
But do you think
her-
she has her own language? Could she speak to other drakes?
I feel like when you run into somebody that you don't speak the same language with, you can kind of point and grunt until you understand. Maybe that's what she does.
Okay, I'm just gonna ask the question one more time, Jack, and I'm gonna have you really listen to what I'm saying. Do you think she might have her own language that she could use to speak with other drakes?
Yes, I do.
Cool. Okay, wonderful. I'm gonna see if there's any ability to speak with her through my neural networks and cool things that I just so happen to be able to do once in a while.
Atlas,
Okay.
Atlas, you hear, and Jack, you hear,
This is fun.
as Reen bellows out in Draconic.
See, that grunting sounds like she's speaking a language.
Yeah, she just said this is fun. I think she enjoys the banter between us, or the workout we just did. If you want to
Wait.
go for a little longer.
Wait, Jack. I'm sorry. So she speaks Draconic. We just had a whole conversation about how she didn't speak Draconic.
I said she could. I said she doesn't always just flat out speak.
So she,
Are you lost, Atlas?
Jack.
I gotta turn this on him before he starts roasting me.
You know, Jack, you have a wonderful morning. Reen, nice to see you this morning. Clean up this room. Pay whoever you need to pay. And meet us downstairs. Please. Okay. Just,
You can see like my hand twitching and like a little bit of the blade kind of popping out a bit and then going back in. Like I'm keeping my cool.
I thought Jack was like answering all your questions perfectly.
I need to go. I need to go.
And I just leave the room.
In the
And
time
then the door
that
closes and all you hear is
Okay.
In the time that happened, could Darius have gotten up and gone downstairs to get breakfast?
Yeah, so as that was happening, Mastos, as you came down, you see the second table in. There's a bunch of food and jugs and stuff all set out. And you see Jin behind the bar. As he comes down, he kind of like waves over to you and smiles and gestures towards the table.
You're muted.
It's hard to unmute through the monkey head.
Yeah, it was. I was like, oh man, I'm double muted. So I said I hoppingly, because happily, but also hoppingly, because I skip, go to where he gestures, because I am sure to be given food with that sort of smile and sit.
Yeah, you see meats, you see breads, you see a spread right up on the table.
Mastos's eyes water just like his mouth does. Ratmos does the same gesture, jaw drop, just.
Perfect. Yeah, and then Darius, as you come down, you see Mastos and Ratmos just chowing down on all the food on the table.
Yeah, that checks out.
Mastos would like to point out that he makes Ratmos wash his hands before he eats. Just saying. Exactly.
All right, perfect. And then Atlas, as you kind of like start to make your way down the stairs, Jack, are you still tidying up the room, or are you making your way down too?
I was actually going back to
Oh,
the room.
right, to check
on
Darius. So yeah, so as you go back to the room, you see the door's closed, but as you open it, you see Darius isn't there.
Okay, I'll just kind of eye around the room and nothing.
No, looks like he is no longer there. His backpack and his belongings are gone.
Okay.
I'll head downstairs.
All right. Jack and Reen, are you guys still tidying the room, or you heading down? Or
Yeah, he finished tidying up the room, and then he's going to make his way downstairs, and he's going to go straight to the front desk to ask about what he's actually going to ask the same question Atlas asked him and all the guys' years of travel about how much does everything cost inside one of those rooms.
Okay. All right. So yeah, so Atlas, you make your way down first, obviously. So yeah, you see Darius, Mastos, Ratmos at the table, food, munching down.
I will. Anyone else I noticed in the?
You see Jin behind the bar, the big half orc.
Yeah.
You don't see Carmen in the corner. This is early hours of the morning. It's, you know, you guys just get up first thing, so there's really not a lot of patrons around or anything like that. Pretty much have the place to yourselves.
What time would you say it is?
About 8 a.m.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I will sit at the booth and watch Mastos eat.
Perfect.
Good morning, Mastos.
Hold on. I don't have food near me. Morning.
You look well.
Mastos feels fantastic.
Wonderful. How are you feeling after yesterday's events and revelations?
Mastos feel great. Mastos remember Mastos. And is Mastos in Mastos's head? Every time he says Mastos now, he says Lapidus. But he's still saying Mastos out loud.
Well, it was very interesting to see your other side and your friend.
True self.
Yes, your true self. Is
No,
there a reason why you
no.
prefer not to be your true self?
Nom, 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 nom.
Okay, well, what do you think we should do next time? We have to help your friend, right? Yeah, Juranic?
Tyrannic, yes. Tyrannic talk about other friends too. But Fey Forest. The Fey Forest we must go.
Right, it's here, isn't it?
No.
And you have you have a seed? Is that what it's called?
And I stop eating when he mentions the seed.
Can you bring that out, buddy?
Whoa, are you
Mastos
here?
doesn't think
Is
it's
there
safe to
here?
bring out.
Darius sitting in the
Yeah, is Darius sitting there too?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
came
came
down
down
and seen
before you.
Darius, Mastos, and Ratnos eating food.
yeah.
okay.
So you were there
Wow,
before me.
he's just real quiet.
Yeah, you scared everyone.
Yeah, I actually had the hood up.
For a second there, I was like, "Did you come down like that?"
No,
You
I
guys
didn't.
just see a muffin floating and slowly disappearing.
We're like, magic muffins. Yeah. Mastos doesn't feel safe bringing seed out.
I just want to take a closer look at it. I'm not going to touch it.
It's okay, Mastos. We won't touch it. You keep holding on to it.
And if it makes you feel better, you can hold it on the rim of the bag. So if danger comes, you just open your hands and it falls back in the bag.
Okay. And I do that. It's like a little Twinkie sliding up. I'm just like,
No, now I want a Twinkie.
right? As soon as you said it, holding it like that, I was like,
Are you able to speak as Lapidos without changing into Lapidos?
I think we asked them this already.
Oh, did we?
Mastos speak perfect common.
Yeah.
No, I don't say that you don't. I know your voice changes, and I'm just wondering if that's something you can do without fully changing.
Mastos can't even be true self all the time. I don't think I can change anything.
I think in his head he's speaking normal, and it comes out not that way.
Mastos speaks perfect common.
Right. Yes, just in an unusual order.
I'm going to then go quiet and start ritual casting Identify.
Okay.
What do you know, Mastos, about the seed?
As
See.
Mastos lifts it out to show you guys, you're not lifting it out, but just enough so they can see it, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay. So before, when he brought this thing out, you'd seen it before when he showed it to Gar. You've seen it a few times where it was this very plain, almost like a large pebble, smooth rock. As he lifts it out this time, it's a deep red in color, and instead of being this smooth, almost sort of oval shape, it's got almost straight edges, almost like a fantastic jewel of some type. It is slightly elongated still, but it's got these straight, sharp cuts all over it that make it look like it's being purposely kind of chiseled or perfectly put into this. Looks like a gem almost at this stage.
So, as I'm holding this, I would like to start saying, "Okay, gather. You want to know story? Mastos loves telling stories."
Oh, yes, I love stories. We are gathered, though. You can-
And I look over at Jack, and I look over at Atlas, and I look over at Darius, I look over at Ratmos, and I'm like,
Is Jack downstairs?
So I was just gonna interrupt
Oh.
there. So as you're saying you're starting to ritually cast, and you've kind of lifted this out, you see behind them, Mastos, you see Jack walking towards the bar. Jack, you get to the bar and you see Jin there. Like, oh well, there's plenty of food over there for you. It's all being taken care of by Carmen. If you're here for the breakfast.
As Jack tops the stairs, he hasn't like Reen's still behind him, so a very large, much larger creature's behind him. And as he like tops the stairs, he's gonna turn and press his hand into her head, and she'll just kind of dissipate.
Yep.
And then when he's talking to the guy, to Jin, how much do you think everything inside of one of those rooms would cost? Like the chair, I think there was a table.
I want to buy one of the
maybe
rooms,
a
do ya?
dresser. How much would that run? Do what?
You want to buy one of the rooms, do you?
I think it's your internet's cutting out a little bit.
It totally
You're
is.
lagging behind.
No, I fell.
Well,
Is-
let's
yeah.
just say it's not the top quality, but it gets the job done.
Back it.
About a platinum and cover it if there's any issues. I've had a few people get a little bit.
Can you guys hear me again?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's
Mhm,
cutting in and out a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Oh, I can hear you now.
Yeah, that's fair. Here's you.
I heard a lot of chopping there. I think you give him a platinum.
I think he said that's fair. 1 platinum. I think he was agreeing.
Okay.
Seems space out, but yeah, okay, plat.
Something about space anomalies now. Oh my god, is he getting abducted?
So yeah, he takes the platinum.
Oh, I appreciate that. We'll get working on it. What you've done for the city, it's not a problem. I appreciate it.
He takes the platinum, and you see all the lads, kind of staring at Mastos as he's kind of like holding this little red or gem kind of thing.
Yeah, Jack will just go take a.
So that story.
So as I
Next
turn
to,
and Jack
Atlas.
sitting down beside Atlas, and I look at Atlas, and then Jack, and then Darius, I say, and I look at the stone, and as I look into the stone, I speak. This seed is one that nurtures the land of Fae. Not all of it. There are many seeds to help nurture the forest of Fae, but this one is special to me because I was gifted the chance to protect it. And for many moons, I did just that. With my friends by my side, fighting villains and fighting demons. Anyone who came to try to steal it, to destroy it, to dress it up in a quirky outfit. Ha 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 ha. Jarek. We were tasked with that. And then one day they came. One day they didn't stop coming. And on that day, I knew I had to do something. And when I did it, everything disappeared. And it left me with just this and this and just me.
What did you do?
Oh, Mastos grabbed the stone.
Do you normally not touch the stone?
No, Masto, I can touch stone, and I touch the stone now. Touch it. Mastos touch stone now, but no, Mastos don't remember a time when he touched the stone. He was told to protect, not to touch. And protect I did.
So when you touched the seed or the stone, it teleported you to our realm, and within a portion of your realm.
I don't know. I think that might be, but Mastos remembers white. Mastos remembers almost the same thing when he froze to stone. Just nothing. And then something like Adlads or being born again and not remembering past.
You think the Fey Forest, that's where you're from?
Feywilds, yes.
Feywild? And some of that is here now? Is that what Dranik was saying?
Dranik said when we came, we brought Feywilds with us. So where he came, he brought the Feywild. Where I came, maybe I brought Feywild.
Hmm. And the Feywilds, is that a region? Like a region of the Fey realm?
It's just what Mastos calls it.
And how many of these seeds are there? Is there just one, or is there many?
Mastos doesn't know that number. Mastos knows of this one.
You've never heard of any others?
Oh, I know of. Everyone knows. Even Dranik told. Dranik said, right? Dranik did say that there are multiple seeds, right?
Yeah. We didn't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
how many there was.
Yeah.
I'd very much like to go to the Fey realm. I think
clap
that'd be
my
really
hands.
fun.
And the stone drops in the bag.
What?
No. I'm just kidding. My ears perk up when you say you'd like to go. Mastos would love to go. Mastos would love to bring. Friends would have fun.
That would be a great adventure, Mastos. I hope we can do that.
I clippity clock my hoof feet. In excitement.
Darius, have you seen anything like this? Okay.
Jack,
Well.
have you?
Mm-hmm.
As you guys,
Yeah, I don't know much about that.
so as you're all talking, all of you except for Mastos, you feel a warmth, a slightly warm glow in your chest.
It's all giving my stone's giving you cancers.
I feel different today.
And I'll like kind of
I feel pretty good after the morning I've had.
clutch my chest a little bit.
Yeah, you don't feel anything different on your chest, just a warming kind of sensation.
It's just like
A warming sensation, you said?
Yeah, warming, just kind of like a warmth.
I'm gonna run a scan on myself.
And roll a.
Like this is not. I've not felt this before, have I?
This reminds you of a time you did feel this before. Sorry, you personally did not. No, sorry, Atlas did not feel this before. My apologies.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm gonna run a
So-
scan on myself.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
roll
got
medicine.
something we weren't supposed to.
Oh.
No, it's my memory.
Would we?
17 for medicine.
17.
Would we,
So through your scan, you can tell that this is not something natural to your body. It's something within your chest that isn't part of your original makeup.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna ponder that for a minute. I'm just like kind of like focusing in on myself, trying to make what I can out of it.
Okay, Darius and Jack, if you can both roll intelligence
Would
checks,
we-
please.
Well, I don't think I'd be actively participating because I'm trying to cast, right? Or unless
This isn't like an
a-
active investigation. This is essentially gonna ascertain your passive experience of it.
I'm pulling up my.
It's
app.
a 2. I don't
Okay.
even know what it is.
You're
but-
so locked in. I can get a
Someone could be lighting your chest on fire, and it'd be like, blah, 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 blah.
Been there, done that.
I'm about to roll right now. I had to pull up my app.
Oh yeah, roll it.
17.
17. Okay. So this reminds you of the warm feeling that you had on the boat.
Mm.
Oh shit, we're about to pass out.
Would I like put that together? Like I felt really good, and then we went to sleep and we crashed.
You would just remember like the feeling of kind of warmth.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jack's like, yeah, I feel pretty good. He has a sweat. He had a sweat going, and got to do a little training with Reen.
All right. So Mastos, what are you doing now that you've kind of told your story and you're kind of holding this, holding the seed?
Well, now that I'm holding the seed out and I've been staring at it long enough for this story to be unfold, I'd like to actually think about that last part there. You know, I went to grab the stone. Sorry, seed. I went to grab the seed. There were things all around. And then there was just white. There was just gone. There's nothing. And then I was Themastos. I was born. I was again. But I wasn't me. But I've been me the whole time. And I want to get lost in looking at the seed.
Okay.
Just
You
to
guys-
clarify, when you were referring to it as a stone, you were just like you meant to say seed, like you were never
Yeah.
actually okay.
Yeah. During this part, yeah.
Oh, like so even the conversation with like Atlas and Mastos, he was saying stone, was that purposeful or no?
Out of habit, no.
Okay.
You always called it a stone. Basically, until his interaction with Tyrannic, to him it's
Yeah.
a stone.
Okay,
And now
all right.
it's the seed.
Okay, all right. I wasn't okay. That makes
I'm
sense.
trying to instill that in my brain. It's a seed now, not a stone, even though it
Right.
looks so pretty.
I just didn't know if there was like any weight to that at all. Is that it's
No,
Okay.
slip of
All
my
right.
tongue.
all right. Slip away.
A, B, C.
Guys, I don't know if I'm operating well right now. I'm having a slight sensation in my chest that seems to be from a foreign source.
I tip my head.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never experienced this sensation before.
Is it good?
I don't know. It feels like warmth. But I don't know if that's good or bad because I've never felt it before. Have any of you felt that before?
Mastos feels warm all the time in chest and thinks about
Maybe
Fred.
you should train more in the morning with us.
Or what?
Mastos did no training.
I mean, you Atlas, I feel really good right now. I'm not surprised you feel good as well.
But Alice Automaton, I don't think Alice should be feeling good.
That's
warm.
my concern. I don't normally have these types of feelings.
Can I touch his chest? I would like to touch his chest. Does it feel warm? I go to touch your chest.
let him.
I push it towards, like, accept the touching.
Beat him. Yeah. So, Mastos, as you reach out and touch the central panel on Atlas, you can feel a little bit of warmth in your hand, and as you do that, you almost feel this warmth almost transferring into your other hand that is holding the stone. They're both now kind of feeling a little bit of warmth.
I think the seed is nurturing, growing.
Do you think that the proximity to the seed is making me have this feeling?
I want to touch the seed onto his chest.
I was gonna say, I was gonna ask to hold the seed.
I'm gonna can I, instead of like my hand won't move, my other hand will just come forward with the seed
Okay.
to meet where my other hand is, and I'll just go to like boop it against you.
Right.
As
so
he's doing this, I'm literally about to.
Wait, do you think I could actually? Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah. Touch me with it.
Yeah, so as you
Rub it
kind
on
of
my
hold it,
chest.
as you hold it a little bit closer to Alice and pretty much up to his panel, there's not a substantial change. You can still feel that little increase in heat. And as you stare into the seed you know so well now, you can see it almost emanate slightly a little bit of a glow as it gets closer. But you know, it's right up against the panel pretty much now, and there's nothing extra that's happening beyond this little tiny bit of sort of intensity within the seed.
Mastos, may I hold it for a moment?
No. And I step back, all like demeanor change. It just puts me right off. No. And I take another step back.
Okay, alright, no problem. Listen, no one's gonna take the seed from you. It's safe with you. And we will help protect it until it's put back where it needs to be put.
Hmm.
I only asked to understand why I have some connection to it. I'm just trying to figure out what...
Seed gives life. Seed
Right.
give life to all.
But I'm not really life. I'm created by man.
You came from something.
Yeah, and that's kind of my journey, is to figure out what that is, and I think if that seed is connected, then I wish to know more.
You coming from something and being here, talking. Mastos' friend. That makes you alive. Seed
Right.
affects all things alive.
I see. Okay, well, if ever you're ready and you trust me enough, I would love to try holding it for a moment. But whenever you're ready, if that ever happens.
My ears go back. My hands go closer to my chest.
Yeah,
My
no.
legs tighten, ready to jump.
On your time. Whenever on your time. It's okay.
How much longer for this hard ritual cast, Darius? It's making me uncomfortable having it out. Everyone's staring at it, judging its size. It's my worst nightmare.
It's smaller than I thought it would be.
Ah, Jay, you know this is killing me.
So as you're doing your ritual cast, you realize you have 7 minutes left, and we'll go for a break.
Okay. I'll be back.
Be back in 7 minutes.
That's a small 7 minutes. Ah.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Last we left off, the lads were, after their long rest, chilling at the inn, as Mastos told a little bit of the story that he'd remembered of how he got to where he was, showing him the seed. Atlas feeling a little warmth in his chest, as did Jack. Atlas doing a little bit more investigation, kind of figuring out there's some type of connection, or it's reacting somehow, the seed with his chest, as Darius finishes a ritual that he was casting in the middle of the inn to identify what the seed actually is. So Darius, as you finish up your incantation, you all see as he mutters these last few words, you kind of like see his hair kind of like almost lit up for a second, then it like drift back down again. Darius, as you're looking at this thing now, you get these sort of, you can't tell exactly what this is, but it has identifying markers that you can almost assign to different things. You can assign a marker that you can identify to be a teleportation stone. You can see a marker that identifies as a energy of growth, and you see that all the components of magic, all the schools of magic are somehow represented within this one item.
So you just see Darius staring at the stone and literally just like picking up food off the table. And... Mastos, where'd you get this thing?
I got it. Mastos got it from home.
Yeah, I mean, I could hear your story, but like where was it? Was it like the heart of a tree?
Just give me a quick second, just make sure. No, pedestal. Pedestal.
Because like
Made of a tree.
Oh, made of a tree. Yeah, made of a tree. Pedestal made of a tree, but not in tree. Not like Mastos was born from.
because this stone, seed, whatever, it is emanating every school of magic. That shouldn't even be possible.
Nothing impossible in the Fae.
It also has elements of teleportation in it, which might explain how you got here.
Might explain how we all got here then.
What?
Mastos and friends.
I wasn't.
Us friends or your old friends?
Geranic,
Oh,
Khaled, Chantra, and Gorteth.
DM, have you given me the information on the gods yet?
I have.
If you
not.
haven't, it's okay.
No.
Can I change the second god to Sparrow or Sparrow or whichever one it is?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, cool. You can fill it in like after the session or tomorrow or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's fine.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to make sure to see if I could change it because I was going through my notes and then I
Yeah, that
realized
one makes
he
more
knows
sense.
of another god. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep, no
So
worries.
that we'll do that. Yeah, I mean, that's all I can really see on it. I can't. I don't really know anything else about it. It's kind of above my pay grade, it seems. Oh, speaking of pay grades, and I take out 2 platinum and give it to Jack. Or not 2, sorry, 20. And give it to Jack. And I'm like, you lost 10 platinum for waking me up this morning, dick.
Oh, actually,
So I get
How-
10 or 20.
20.
how much did we get from Orla?
The store girl, she gave me 120 platinum.
Which is 1,200 gold?
Yeah.
It was supposed to be 1,500 gold.
Oh, whatever.
Damn it.
She
Yeah,
tried to
Rob.
give you 500, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like looking at my notes. I'm like 1,500 gold if it comes with the scroll. I'm
She
like,
tried to give 500, and I said 1,000, and she gave me 1,200.
all right.
She was like, "You drive a hard bargain."
Well, I had the sphere out, and it scared her.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, so I said what I said. I gave Jack the platinum.
We can always see where the stone reacts more life, more react.
Did I also feel the warmth, Colin?
Yes.
Yeah, and now that you're not kind of concentrating on your ritual, you can feel that little warmth in your chest.
Do I recognize it from the ship?
Yeah, it reminds you of your time on the ship. Yeah.
So,
You don't feel
No, I don't.
sleepy. You just feel
Yeah.
this warmth. In the
no,
same
I just
area.
like, because I know the Moria used the those giant crystals to call the ship in and potentially destroy it. I don't really know that part. So I was going to ask if they correlate, but I wouldn't know anyways, even if it did. So, okay. Yeah, maybe, no, because it was a long time ago that he would have grabbed it, but time works differently. I don't know. There's so many questions that I have, and I don't have any answers for them, and I can't make any suggestions. But we can talk about the facts on what we need to do still. We have to go see Cleric, so we can ask her why Lego called you Gideon, and I'm looking at Alice. We have to go see Jasper to let him know that I have her name. I just moved it. I think Liran was her name. Yeah, Liran is cleared. And then we have to go down to core 5 so we can check, or core 1. It's top is 1, bottom is 5, correct?
Yeah.
And we have to go down to core 5 to see if we can to go check out the Fey Forest. Or maybe we can see if the stone reacts down there. Maybe we can find if there's something that's binding Gerenic in there as well. Anyone?
I was like,
Sounds like we. Sounds like there's a list of things to be done. So let's get them knocked out.
So who's first? Who's closest?
I'm not really familiar with the area, so
Well,
maybe
I've only been here like
we've been to all the places we need, other than the Fey, which we know is at the bottom of this place. We're currently on core 1. We need to go. Where's Cleric? Oh, I don't have what core she's on. What core was Cleric on? DM.
Oh, I have it here.
I mean, I can ask the bartender. I'm sure he can tell me. Like,
Surik was on. Oh no, I don't have it here.
no, it's not. No.
core 4.
Okay.
4.
So she's on core 4. Jasper. I hope I have that one. He's on core 3, so technically he's the closest.
so yeah, let's go talk to Jasper. I'm sure we could. I'm sure we've made our case to be included in the secret group. Okay.
yeah.
I guess
I think
we'll
we should
give it
go.
a shot.
All right, let's go.
We'll
right.
make our
Do you
way.
want to let one of the little cat buddies know we're coming, or?
I look around for a cat, buddy.
Roll a perception check.
Ooh. 17.
You do not see any cats nearby.
Mastos doesn't see any.
Well, as we get closer, I can send him a message. Bye, Luke.
Bye. See you soon. That sounds good.
Sorry, Surik was on core 4. You said, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wrote that in my notes.
Wait, there's Serac and there's Surik. Damn it.
Well, no,
I think
sir.
it's-
I think it's the same. I think
Cleric.
somebody just spelled it different.
No.
Well,
There's two different people.
Yeah, Sarek.
Sunak.
Sarek was in Centaurium.
Yeah, no, Demoria. Sarek was
Sure.
the hunter with the hole in her chest.
Seraph.
Oh, Af. Okay.
EPH.
Oh,
Mm.
Here we go. Updated.
okay. Cool. All right.
All right, so you guys are heading out to where for?
3. We're going to Jasper first.
Jasper first.
Jasper.
Gotcha. All right. As you guys, oh, why is that? Yeah, you guys head out. The city kind of starting to get its movement on, coming to life as it's about 9 o'clock in the morning. You guys chit chatting, make your way down. Nothing's kind of drawing your attention. The guards look where they're usually stationed. Nothing's jumping out at you.
As we get down to core 2, Darius is going to start sending message to Jasper just to let him know we're on our way until he gets a response.
Okay. All right. So as you do get down to core 2, let's see, he is there. So okay. So as you guys continue down, you get to core 3, and eventually you guys kind of head southeast would be the quickest direction. Going past where all the homes are, you go past the grounded inn. As you get a little bit closer, that was 150 feet range, right?
120, I believe.
120, yeah. And you can also almost see Jasper's house far east. And then you get a oh, all right, yeah, sure. Come on. No worries. Got a tea brewing. Get a response back.
Have you ever looked at the components for spells?
Yeah, copper
Like,
wire.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's like a phone wire.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
detect thoughts is a copper coin, a penny for your thoughts.
That's funny.
All right, so you guys come up to you recognize the front door leading in. You see the little cat flap on the bottom. Door currently closed. What do you guys do?
Knock.
Okay, Darius gives a solid knock. Boom, 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 boom. And you hear, as you see the little flap open and a little yellow and black cat look out. Meow.
And I will wave.
Meow. Yeah, backs in, and then you hear the door opens up on the right hand side.
And I will walk in.
All right, is everybody going in?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. As you guys all
would like
enter.
Say thank you. That's like we walk by. Meow, meow.
So as you guys enter the familiar area of Jasper's, you see the room you recognize, and you see a few bodies straight ahead. At the end of the room in front of the fireplace, you see Jasper in his chair sitting beside it. You can see the back of somebody sitting on the middle armchair with the white hair kind of over the back. And you see Iran, you recognize, just kneeling down in front of the fireplace, facing one of the couches. They have not paid you any mind yet.
Sorry, how many are there? 3 of them?
You can see right now 3 people, yeah.
So Jasper, Lee Ran, and someone we don't recognize?
You can just see their back, white hair.
Okay.
Yeah. Of the armchair.
I'm gonna
The head
knock
looks
on
a
the
little bit
nearest door.
recognizable, dwarvish in style.
Well, I'm just gonna go, hi.
The Atlas have arrived.
All right, yeah. Thanks for the heads up. That was a good 30 seconds. All right, well, come on in. Come on in.
Sorry,
No
limited
problem.
range.
As you guys get a little bit closer now, you can see, you can recognize.
Important news.
All right, well, come on.
It fails of our victory.
Yeah, I think you got a little bit of detail to fill me in on here. Oric was a little bit light with the details. And as you walk up, you can see Jasper's on the couch. He's all patched up, but he's He's currently sleeping on the couch.
You mean Harper?
Harper, sorry, yes.
Yeah.
I was like, what happened?
So the third person's Thoric.
Yeah, Thoric, you can see his back of the other armchair. You can just see the back of his head, but now as you get closer, you can see Thoric.
Oh, he's got white hair.
Yeah. Well, he's kind of bald, but he's got like kind of white tufts, big white
okay.
beard.
All right.
All right, so yeah, maybe some details. And then Leanne immediately stands up. Could I please have my my 2 backpacks, please? And looks over at you, Atlas.
Oh, finders keepers. I'm just kidding. That's something we used to say back on my island. But, yeah. Oh, yeah, sure.
You tell I like really don't want to give it away.
But how does she know he has it?
He's wearing them.
Oh, right. I thought you ate it, but no, I remember you did.
I
Put it
thought
on.
I knew this would happen, but I also was like, is Atlas really gonna like try to steal this chick stuff? Corey does. Corey wants to.
Corey should.
Yeah, she moves forward towards you.
Right. Yes.
Leverage the fact that we cleared her name.
Oh, yes. I did find these. Here you go. I take the big backpack off. This little one here, would you be willing to sell it to me? It's become really handy for my travels.
You may have the largest one once I seek out what I need for my reports. But the small one is custom made for me. I'm sorry, it's the equivalent of the Caterva Invigar.
Right. Speaking of which, Jasper,
Yeah,
did we do good?
well, things are a bit spotty right now. Forik was a little bit sparse with the details. Apparently he was instructed to not really say everything had happened, but from what I understand, I think you've done all right. There's a few little blank spots, though.
Yeah. All right. So the purple energy that we all saw.
I hand her the thing while he's talking.
Okay, you're handing
And I
both
like
bags
kind of
over.
hold onto it as she like pulls it away, and I just like kind of like
Tugs as you tug.
yeah.
Sorry. I'm very fond of that.
As soon as you pass over the smaller one, the one that she identified was hers, she immediately starts putting her hand in and looking and kind of checking what's there. Darius, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
We did use some gold that was in there to get back safely.
Everything else seems to be here. No problem. If it could help, then I appreciate it.
Of course.
And she starts
Atlas
going.
immediately looking very upset that he forgot to look through the bag before handing it over.
Yeah, she straps it back on. As Darius, what were you saying?
That purple energy that we saw.
Yeah.
It was a being known as a shadow heart.
What's that?
A creature from the shadow realm. From what I've come to understand is they were creatures that the gods had created and considered failures, so they stuffed them in a box, and that became the shadow realm. From there, those creatures escaped, and that's what that purple energy is. And they don't have a physical form, so they seek out, I guess, powerful beings, and they take them over. It had taken over. There's a fey creature, and I gesture to Mastos like
Another fey creature, and I gesture back to him.
I look at him like annoyed. Similar to him, down in Core 4.
But funny.
And it had taken him over, and well, we freed him. sort of. He's still kind of stuck down there. Speaking of which, he could use your help. The place that he's in is more or less destroyed, and he can't leave to fix it up. So if you wouldn't mind either going or sending someone to go and help him.
Well, wait a minute. It's another satire like Mastos.
No.
And he was controlling Harper.
Yes.
Yes, but it's an oversimplification. We don't.
My friend was dying.
And I hold up my hand. We don't fully know how Mastos and his friends got here, but whatever the process was that transferred them here, well, his friend Jurnik, it didn't completely transfer him. He was like a broken version of himself, and he required gold to kind of sustain his form. So initially, he was having Harper go and just take small amounts of gold from places so that he could sustain himself. And then the Shadow Fiend heart thing connected to him and then started controlling Harper to get greater things. I guess it was hoping that the more gold it got, it would be able to break free from where it was.
All right. So Mastos' friend arrived, had some unnatural metamorphosis that required him to take a certain type of material to sustain himself and grow to get stronger. Meanwhile, taken over by this purple thingy, which must have led Ryan up there. That's how you got the backpacks. All right. It's all making sense now. Ryan, this making sense to you? And she's look over and she's rummaging through the larger backpack and pulling out the papers that were there. And you can kind of see a smile on her face, like looking happy with whatever she's finding within the paperwork in the bag. Yes, that seems to make sense from where they found these and where my memory stopped. It does make sense, a mind control of sorts. Yeah, all right. So Harper just got caught in the crossfire. All right, that makes sense then.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of crossfire.
Multiple times.
Well, from what I understand, he's still got a grandmother. So
No, the grandmother was an illusion. That was how he was luring him in. The kid's gonna need family.
No. I mean, he's got a grandmother back in Durham, where he's from. The parents left there with him, but he's got.
Oh, okay.
Mastos asked me to look into him a little bit further, and yeah, he's got a grandmother back in Durham.
All right.
He's family, and I clap.
Yeah, here you go, family. He starts clapping with you. His little metal pieces that are kind of throughout his hand, kind of clanging together as he's clapping.
So, Liran, I spoke with Carmen already. You are cleared.
She looks over at you. It's much appreciated. I wasn't sure where to go from here. What I have here proves what we thought was true. I will visit Carmen. I will give them this information back. These are blueprints, something that Centaurium should not have. It does not belong to them, and they will be returned. And I appreciate everything that you've done.
What are the blueprints of?
This is technology that Nolgia work on for themselves, and they should only be releasing what they wish to release. It should not be taken from them.
Fair enough.
I thank you.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Anyway, Atlas could get one of those bags.
Yes, of course. You can have this one, and she.
No, but
passes
like, so he's referring to her bag of holding. Like, is it possible for maybe not hers, but can he get one?
This is specifically designed for stealthy missions.
I'm
Doesn't
very
look
stealthy.
perhaps. Well, if you perhaps become part of our organization, then you may be privy to some of the equipment, perhaps. Yes.
Okay. How do we join up?
Whoa! Okay, don't just go enlisting. buddy. Like,
Well,
Jasper already wanted to hire us anyway.
yeah, well, you don't just, the government comes up to you and says, hey, join the army. You don't just dive in.
Yeah, but they're not the government. They're the people working against the government.
I'm just saying.
We're the rebellion.
Yeah,
We're the good guys.
rebel
we-
forces.
We can work with them. We don't have to enlist.
But we get cool stuff.
Maybe we can still get cool stuff for helping them.
Can we get a cool pouch for helping you?
I mean, I have a cool pouch.
I
I have a cool pouch.
I don't have one.
Well, maybe we can find one for you.
I would like to point out, Atlas, you have a cool pouch, and I point at his rear hatch.
Or, his entire body that he stores everything in.
Yeah, but there is limits.
I mean, there's limits to these too.
We can.
And the limit is actually quite scary.
Yeah, but I think it actually looked kind of nice on me.
Okay, well, how about this? To start, we will get you a cool little looking bag and you can wear that. And then when we can find an enchanter who can enchant it and turn it into one of those, we can do that.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be
All right.
great.
Sweet.
It's just nice
Well-
to store things in a bag. Like, it makes me feel a little more like you guys.
Well, maybe Jasper has one here on site since he's like a information person for the Caterva.
Darius, could you not just get the one from Loran there?
You want me to steal it?
No, like,
You mean
use
just the
their
big bag?
abilities.
I can hear
Oh.
you talking. I'm right here. You can't have my bag. I'm sorry.
Loran, please, just have a moment here. No, Darius, use your
Yeah,
abilities.
Yeah, you really want me to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Colin, you really need to update your token. It doesn't copy all the stuff that I put into it. I've changed my health so many times.
What do you mean? I drag it from your. I drag it
Well,
from
you're
your.
because it's not saving the warlock tokens that I put in or my health.
Oh, let's see. Oh yes, that is generic token. Okay, let me change that right now. That's so funny. You had to do it every single time.
It's so funny. Yeah, it's so fucking funny.
Okay, let me just update this for you, sir. There you go. Let me just bring you out a new token that will just erase everything you just did. And did it delete again? Is it right?
The health is correct, but
Okay.
the bar wouldn't be there because I haven't added it on. It should be there now moving
Yeah,
forward every
okay.
time you drag it on. Okay, here we go. You really want me to do this? Well,
Well, I must return to Haven and report my findings.
Do it now.
all right, Liran. Well, thank you very much. Listen, I hate to be that guy,
Yes?
but I really suggest that you empty the bag and then give it to Atlas, and I'm going to cast suggestion.
Okay. All right. What's the wisdom?
Did she have to empty the bag?
Oh,
These-
Did she have to empty it?
Listen, I'm not going all out and stealing all her shit, especially if she's got and this is me speaking to Corey, not Darius shouting this out in the room. If she's got specific stuff to the Caterva Invigar, I don't want to steal that. I don't need
So-
some spy organization chasing after us.
So she rolled it's a wisdom saving, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see what the actual save is, but I think it's wisdom, yeah.
So it's a 13.
So she failed.
So you guys watch as Rianne Turk takes the pouch and turns it upside down, spills it all onto the ground.
I
You
want to see what comes out. Tell me what comes out.
You see a stone come out. You see the shackles. You see the strange chime item come out. You see a bunch of potions. You see a crowbar. You see a bag of ball bearings. You see these other flasks. You see a hammer. You see rations. All this stuff just spills out onto the floor.
The stone looked like stone, not like a stone like gem, like just a stone.
Stone has runes over it.
Okay.
I don't believe you have seen one of these out of the group, but Darius, you recognize it. You have one on your two on your person.
Okay.
I have two.
And
is
it pours out, and immediately you hear, wouldn't be doing that. That's not very nice, is it now? And Thoric gets up and starts walking towards the spilled. What happened to the Atlas last time I seen them? They wouldn't be doing something like this. Eh?
Darius puts the hood up.
I think he's talking to you, Atlas.
Look at me. I just was hoping he'd use his, like, sexual prowess. This was not what I thought.
Wait, actually? Like, did you just want me to...
100% actually, yeah, I just
Oh.
wanted you to like do a Darius thing and like use
Seduce
your
them
ability.
for it.
Like,
Yeah, see, so when you don't say abilities,
I know,
then.
but from Atlas' point of view, that is what you
Your ability,
originally
yeah.
said your abilities
true.
were.
Yeah. All right, Leanne. Unless you're gonna donate some of this to the Outlads for their further adventures, I suggest maybe scoop those up. And she gives
I think
this.
there's been enough suggesting right now, so,
Did she give me the bag or no?
She just tipped it upside. He just told her to empty it. She tipped it upside
No,
down.
I
and
said
emptied it on
empty
the
it and hand it to him.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So she tipped it and she handed it to you.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, once you take it from her, release the suggestion. So you have it in your hand, and all of her stuff is on the ground.
I put it over my shoulder and like, that's such a wonderful gift. Thank you. Do you need help cleaning this up?
Please return my pack, please. I didn't want to give it to you, but I felt that I must. Please return.
I'm so confused. Does he want it back after just giving it to me?
What's the play here, Atlas? Just give her the lesser backpack back.
Thoric, please, sir. Thoric. I'm trying to understand the situation here. Part of my journey is understanding how humans and other beings work. And right now, this is very confusing, so I'm just really trying to understand why someone would give it away, take it back, the person who finds it, gives it back. It's just also all over the place. Where did Darius go?
Atlas, you hear in your head. I think the 320 gold was enough payment. I suggest you return what belongs to me.
Oh, she's valing you.
Did you just talk in my head?
Indeed, and I will do more if required, but I will return to Haven with what I left. Please return
can-
it.
I'm happy to give you the 320 gold if you're gonna be all mean about it.
She starts advancing towards you. She now, this smiling, happy face. You now see the blue eyes of the water genasi start to flare up a little bit. You see like the moisture on the skin start to almost enhance more kind of fluid rising to the surface as she walks towards you with this serious.
I open
kind
my
of
arms
face.
for a big hug.
Would Jack perceive this as a threat?
You could see this as an aggressive walk. She currently has no weapons, but she is walking towards Alice in an aggressive stance.
Jack is going to zip her arm and hold her back, and he's gonna give out the command for Atlas to give back the belongings.
Okay, roll to attack. See if you get her with your grapple.
Does he give the command as he does it, or is he waiting till the grapple is complete to give that command?
It's up to you, Jack.
It would be kind of like the first thing that would happen was the grapple would hit her arm, and he'd kind of hold her back, and he'd be like, "Atlas, just give the bag." And what kind of roll? Just an attack roll. Sorry.
Yeah. Attack roll.
Okay, hold on. I need logistics on this because you are currently like if we're laid out how we are on the screen, your grapple is a rope, right?
Yeah, I get what he's trying. He's trying to just kind of like maybe yank her to the side, like basically,
Okay.
you know. Yeah, I know what you're gonna say though. Like you can't pull her.
I'm not attempting to like grab her and pull her. It's basically
Right.
just because if she's moving, I'm just gonna hold her in place. A 22 to hit.
22. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it wraps around her wrist, and then for a second she stops and looks at you.
And
that
then
kinda stops
Jack,
her.
as she looks at me, I would be like, Atlas, give her back her stuff.
And Atlas
There's-
immediately like scrambles, like
And then Jack would
Just
like,
run up and put it around her neck, and
Jack would see her like kind of hold, and then he would just like suck his grapple back in.
Okay. Yeah. She kind of flicks the wrist.
no one to get aggressive. Everyone's just having a good time. We're all high off the adventure of, clearing
Well-
your name and saving everyone's lives. And honestly, where did Darius go? He was just here.
So Darius.
Mhm.
Does a 16 hit you?
No.
So she looks over to the corner of the room, the kind of the southeastern corner of the room, and Atlas, you kind of see almost like a flick of her, almost like her elbow, like a flick, and then she kind of just growls a little bit and says, "Oh, this is not what I expected from the supposed adventurers and heroes, the Atlads, but
Sorry, did she just attack me?
duly noted."
Did she just attack me?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you guys! Why are you such murder hobos?
So she starts to back away.
You see in the corner of the room, like, I start to, like, reapparate, and the hilt of my blade appears on my hand, and a section of it lifts up over top of my hand, and I'm going to fire Eldritch Blast at her.
Okay. Roll to attack.
What do I add to that?
Your charisma.
has she said what she said, or is this happening before she says that? Is that a reaction to her attack, more or less, is what I'm asking?
Well, the way I kind of see it is she threw it and said what she said, and now I am.
React.
So it, like, yeah.
Okay.
Because, like, I assumed the throw, and then her response was instant.
Well, her
so-
throw, then she like grumbled
Yeah.
Yeah.
and like winced, and then she like said her slow words. That's what I'm just saying. Like
Slow
her
words.
response is
She's-
quite like,
She's telling us that we're shit.
yeah.
We're bad guys. Why are we the bad guys?
So you guys see Leanne kind of like do this, wince, and then say that and start to turn as you see.
So I rolled a 14, and I think I add my. Do I add my spell attack bonus or just my charisma
Yeah.
modifier?
Yeah, your spell attack. It's a spell attack. Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, I know. So, but like I have. Oh no! So I use my charisma modifier, right? And then the spell attack bonus is the damage I add on top of it.
No, it's
So
just your.
Let me show you. I'll send it in Discord.
Yeah, it's just +7.
Okay, so it is +7. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so then it's like 20.
Because you're technically proficient with it, so it's your charisma plus your proficiency, which is 7.
Oh, okay. So that is 7. Okay, cool. Yeah, so 21.
21. Okay. So roll for damage.
I am only gonna fire one.
Mhm.
And as I shoot, I'll be like, "Fucking throw your shit at me!" And I release the Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Let me just make sure I'm rolling the right dice. Are you a 10 or are you a 12? I don't want to roll 12. Where's my D10? There we go. And it's just 1d10. Do I add anything to that?
Not unless you picked the invocation that lets you
No,
add.
I haven't. I'm only level 1, so I can't yet.
So no.
Okay, so then 5 damage.
5
Nice,
damage.
Do I see this coming?
You see it fly past and hit her.
Oh, so I have no I can do no reaction.
You can do
to
something
it?
at the same time. You can't stop his attack, but because he was
Oh.
invisible, the only reason you can see him now is because he actually launched the attack.
Okay, so there's no like travel time for the attack. It's just instant.
It's pretty much instant. Like you can do something now before she does something.
Well,
Go
no,
on,
I
Sam.
was just like hoping to step in the way of it.
Um,
Like
Yeah, no,
almost
you
like
wouldn't.
grab, maybe like jump to her, like grab, like, because I'm essentially putting the thing around her neck right now.
Yeah.
But I have time to like save her from the attack.
So what would you want to do?
essentially.
Like try and push her out of the way or dive out of the way? What would be your?
I would essentially dive to protect her and take the hit if that's what that meant.
Okay. Okay,
Basically,
roll.
at this point, Atlas, like, this was not the intention of what the events that are happening right now, so he feels responsible. So,
Okay, so roll a dexterity and add your dexterity modifier. Roll a d20 and add your dexterity modifier.
I don't think I have a modifier.
Maybe I might.
You're gonna have to pull. My sheet's not pulling up. Like my whole roll 20's gone. I rolled a 17, so plus whatever.
Your dex is +0, so what did you
So
roll? Sorry,
17.
Okay. So he gets the Eldritch Blast off and it hits as you kind of dive to push her out of the way. So she still does get hit,
Okay.
but your intent was clear.
Okay.
So as you kind of, Darius, as you see the Eldritch Blast hit, and you see the kind of purple energy hit her, it almost repels. You see it almost mix with this fluid that is kind of all over her body, and it almost kind of splashes off her. It doesn't look like it hurt nearly as much as it should. And she just, as Atlas hits her, and she kind of like stumbles back, and they kind of both fall to the ground. And Atlas, you can kind of feel her just take like a big deep breath, and she just closes her eyes and lets out a big deep breath.
Oh, I'm so
And
sorry.
she just
So
stays
sorry.
still.
This is my fault. My fault. I asked Darius because I really wanted your bag. It was really cool, but I think he misunderstood what I asked him to do. I was hoping he would approach you from a friendly demeanor.
So right now, Darius is standing like this, holding like his second blast. His hair's kind of like, and it just drops, and he's like, "You wanted me to seduce her?
Yes, Darius, I thought that was your
Why would you say use your abilities?
Because you've always talked about being really good at it. I figured
I am
you-
skilled at seduction. It's not an ability. My spells are abilities."
Okay, okay, hold on. Are you okay?
Who?
No, I'm not.
Like I'm turning back to.
Okay.
Yeah, you see her kind of open the eyes, and you see the blue kind of fire has kind of receded into the kind of the clear blue eyes here. Everybody seems a little bit worked up. I'm fine, thank you.
Okay.
I'm gonna help her to her feet.
Yeah, she takes your aid.
Listen,
And just
so yes, completely my fault. My communication skills with Darius clearly need some work. But yes, I just really liked your bag, and it made me feel a little more like my friends, and part of something because it has that nice symbol on it. And I know that sounds silly, but I've been kind of solo for a long time, and it just made me feel like I fit in a little bit. But I didn't want him to force you to give it to me. I was hoping he was just able to convince you. But
Darius is going to shout across the room there, and I'm sorry. And he puts his hood up and he leaves.
he's really a great friend. He'll do anything for his friends, and clearly that can get into some situations. But he's not a bad person either. And
I'm gonna give her 320 gold.
this is what I used out of your pouch, and I hope it's enough.
As you go to hand it to her, she puts her hand out and kind of like folds her hand over it. I do appreciate everything that you've done. Please keep this. And understand, this is not mine. This does not belong to me. It's part of
the Caterva Ingvagar, and what they do is more important than anything, and I will protect it with my life. And she straps it back on.
No, I see that now. I didn't realize it was so important to you too. So I just hope maybe I can find one similar. But I didn't want you to think any less of us. We do really try to help people and do good. And if that's what the Conservative does, then we're happy to be a part of that and to help that too.
Sounds like Alice. Notice how blue her eyes were when they calmed down.
Well, everybody hopefully finds their path. This is mine, and I am grateful for it. It is not for everyone. But thank you again for what you have done, and Invisible One over there, perhaps we can duel sometime. You can test that out again.
Ooh.
Would I? Because I put the hood on and walked out. I don't know.
I don't know if you heard it or not. Depends how far.
Okay.
If you were staying at the door or if you left.
I
That's
have
your call.
intention in leaving. Like, I'm not trying to
Okay.
storm off. I actually am. I'll let you know after whenever
Yep.
you're ready.
Okay, but you went out the door. You opened the door, left.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I turn to Darius.
Yeah. What? Why does he keep doing that? I don't.
You see as Liran walks back to over to Jasper. Is back there. Oh well, that was something else. Didn't expect to see that this morning. Thoric walks towards the remaining allies. So what's the plan? What are you doing?
Thork? You're right.
Feywild. Fey Forest. The Fey Forest.
Go to the Fey Forest, are you?
And we'll just start dancing and singing. Fey Forest. Fey Forest. Fey
All
Forest.
right.
Mastos wants to go to the Fey Forest. And I think that's what we're doing. Jack?
You gotta go
what
to
are we doing?
Surik on the next score, and then the.
You're
the
outside,
Fey
aren't
Forest.
you?
I know. I'm just letting Corey know.
Yeah.
Since I did relay these plans
That is
before we
true.
left.
Jack would say, yes, we need to go talk to Cleric, and then we're going to the Fey Forest.
Yeah, Cleric first. Cleric first.
Yeah,
Fey
sir.
Forest
Oh,
next.
yes. I guess there's some information on my origin that we can.
All right.
uncover, so-
All right.
Has,
Well,
Has Harper woke up at all since being brought here?
yeah. He woke up. Well, we gave him a bit of grub, a little bit of something to drink. Went back to sleep, resting. We filled him in a little bit. What's going on? I think it's a little bit of an emotional roller coaster for him. So, we're just looking after him. But he's all right. He'll be all right.
Okay.
Good.
Make sure he knows that it was all worth it. And that he deserves to be here.
Well, if anything, it looks like we might be able to get him back to his little family. So, whatever happened, I think the path was right. Sometimes when you're going somewhere, you're not too sure, but it's a destination, and it was meant to be.
Right. Is there anything I can do for him before I go?
I don't think so. It didn't say too much when it was awake, but don't think so.
Well, let me take a quick look before we leave.
All
Didn't
right.
even say anything about
I'll go-
Mastos. Oh.
Medicine check him.
So Masso's dancing around. Where's the Fey Forest you're going to there, Mastios, Goatman?
I pause, freeze in position, and I'm like, Core 5? Below Core 5?
There's a Fey Forest here. That's
That's
a
what,
bit strange.
yes, that's what friend said. Below city.
Well, but then I was stuck in the mirror for years, so what am I to say, huh?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
well,
no, forest here.
I'm gonna wait for a little bit more here. Just make sure that Harper's all right, and then I'm gonna go about my business.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, try not to be stealing more stuff off people. Get you in trouble. Just be a little bit more careful. Not you specifically, of course. The lads in general.
Ah, hey, Yes. And I look over at them.
Okay, so Atlas, what are you looking for specifically? General health or
Just I just wanted to just see if there's any healing.
Is he frozen for you guys?
yeah,
He froze up.
Hmm.
Bye.
Just disconnected.
Oh no. Oh no. The technical issues. So you guys see Thoric kind of head back over to the chair that he was sitting in. And
Wait.
you do see
While he's gone, can I say what I want to do? Maybe I can make it a surprise for him.
Yes, yeah.
Sure.
Dude.
I want to find a leather worker and get a bag made and get like a very fancy A carved into it with like a almost like a crest, like a leather
Okay.
bag. So ask around for a leather worker, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, for sure. Gotcha. So yeah, as you guys see Thoric walking over, you can see that Iran was talking to Jasper, and you see her bow, and as she takes a step backwards, she disappears.
Ooh.
All right, well, you made quite an impression to somebody that's quite important to the Caterva and Vigar. That's interesting approach. Okay.
We have special methods.
All right, I'm gonna just relax here. You see Thoric's just leaning back.
Well, I think as we go then.
All right, well, so what exactly? You said Fey Forest or something. What's going on now? What's the plan?
A friend came here, and when he came here, he was surrounded by forest of our home.
All right.
Um,
So that's the pens, yeah? That's where Bulgar is, and to keep the animals and that. That's the Fey Forest you're looking for.
No. Real Fey Forest.
Well, oh, okay, so you're actually going to the Fey then?
How many cores?
What?
5.
Yeah, it's
Ev-
5
ev-
cores, yeah.
Ever get past and see what's below?
Well, it's just the bottom, isn't it? It's where they stop digging.
But what's below before they stop digging? I wonder. Fey Forest! Fey Forest! And I start dancing again.
How do you deal with this all the time? That's annoying. He doesn't speak properly, and then he just bounces around everywhere. That'd be irritating if it was for me all the time.
Corey said he did a 17 medicine check. Was
Yeah.
asking if there was anything wrong.
It's a story of my childhood right there.
He looks healthy. All good. Yeah, so as you guys see Atlas kind of looking over, everything checks out. He looks healthy. Any wounds he had have been healed. He looks like he's just a little bit tired and just literally resting. Nothing looks like he needs any additional help. No glowing yellow eyes. Nothing that stands out. All right. So yeah, all right. Well, okay. Go. What? So you're gonna go and try and dig through core 5, huh? Okay. Interesting approach. Well, good luck with that. If you want to do something a bit more productive, come and let me know. We'll see what we got for you. Yeah. All right then. Jasper starts just like slowly rolling his chair back from the group of Mastos and Jack back over to the fireplace. All right, so
Mastos and Jack, what are you guys doing? Atlas has come back over to you. Oh, I have to unmute. Atlas, there we go.
Oh, now I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
You can hear you. Yeah.
Was there anything on that medicine check or no?
No, so he looks healthy. The wounds that he had have all closed up. It looks like he's been taken care of.
Okay.
You guys heading out, or what's the plan? No, we can't hear. I can't hear Luke.
I know I could. He said, like, but I don't know. Like he said, "Can you hear me now?" And then I don't know if he said that in disc because we didn't respond, and then it finally came through.
Can you hear me right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
See, but we don't know when right now is for you.
It is in this exact moment. Don't worry.
Yeah. You're
Okay,
good.
then-
What was
Jack
that 10
is-
seconds ago? Or
Jack is ready to go to Cleric on core 4.
Okay.
let's go to core 4 first.
That's a more accurate way: is respond to something we say, then we'll know if we can hear you properly.
All right.
You know I like to make things complicated.
All right. So you guys head out. Heading up to core 4,
Mm-hmm.
which is almost immediately below where you are. So as you head down, you guys remember this sort of area. As you get a little bit closer, this kind of open, cleaned out space that you recall from interaction area. You see the multiple versions of Sarek working on different things. Very similar setup to when you first came over. One seems to be at the table. One is working on one of the anvils, and one is standing over by a bookcase. And one meditating in the middle in a small stone circle. What do you guys want to do?
I go up to the one meditating.
Okay.
I look, and I sit down, meditate in the same position as her,
Okay.
and then I open up my eye and peek over, and I'm like, am I doing it right? Is she still doing it? Okay.
So as you're walking over, you see the other three out of the corner of their eye, kind of watch you walk over and sit down beside her, but she herself in the middle does not seem to pay you any mind.
Good. I make myself completely non-aggressive here.
So you guys
Since
hear the
the
kind of
Atlas will do that for me.
yeah, right. You guys can kind of just hear a faint kind of whirring noise from the two large contraptions, one on each side of this kind of cleaned, sanitized area. Other than that, everything looks good. Warm, glowing light from the morning is kind of peering across the ceiling as you're used to it doing. You see a cart with a cage in the corner. Everything looks very similar to when you were last here.
Hold on. I'll follow Darius in.
I'm not there.
Oh, you're not there?
Oh,
No, remember,
sorry.
I went invisible and
My bad. I
Ran
put
away.
your token there, but yeah.
Oh.
So he's not there. He left. Yeah, he's not there yet.
Okay. I got disconnected, so I don't know. I just thought we were all here.
So you, Mastos, and Jack.
Okay. So I'll just walk in.
Hello?
And then you see all three of the Sarex turn and look at you, all with a smile. And then turn back to what they're doing. And the one meditating in the center then stands up and slowly unfolds her legs as she stands and kind of gives this strange look towards Mastos, now recognizing that he's cross-legged right beside her on the floor. And then runs over and gives you a huge hug, Alice. Arms right around.
I'll hug her
pulls you in
back.
tight. It's so good to see you, Atlas. Thank you for visiting.
Of course. Yeah, it's good. It's great to see you. Great hug, by the way. Just worth the trip in itself.
Well, here's another. And then she pulls you in again.
Oh, it's my birthday. Well, we have located the tyrant that has been causing issues in the city. We have dispatched them. Probably no more dead bodies coming in here, at least for a little while. Or hopefully never.
That would be good. Yes. We don't want to see any
Yeah.
more deaths or anything in the city.
No, I mean, of course, there's a lot of old people here, so it's without saying that will... Anyways, wait, I just had a couple questions for you, if you
Of
don't
course.
mind.
Yeah, absolutely. And she sits down and just this huge smile. She just can't seem to get off her face talking to you.
Well, I think, first off, I spoke to Elias.
She cocks her head just a little bit. How is that possible?
I sent him a message in my head, and he spoke to me. It's an ability I'm able to do once in a while.
So you have magical abilities?
Yeah, I guess they're magic. I'm not really sure if they're magic. They seem to act like magic, but I really don't know, 'cause I really don't know what I am, so...
Well, what other magics do you have access to, or sorry, abilities? What else can you do? Are they of a certain kind, or?
Well, I'm very good at repairing people and healing, and then I just always assumed that was what I was built to do, is to use new ways to repair or try to heal. But these other things have started to kind of show my ability to speak to people from great lengths, and I'm able to talk to people who have recently passed on. I'm able to gather their conscience and reanimate it.
You cocks that necromancy?
No, I don't, no, I think I'm just able to access their essence for a little bit before they completely fade away. If that makes sense. Maybe? I don't know.
Speak with that is technically necromancy, but
Well, he doesn't know that.
I know.
But yeah, I just reached out to him in my mind, and
And
he replied.
what did he have to say?
Well, he said that he came to find me and I wasn't there. And he said that he asked me where I was, and he did say that he was on the island, Ninak, which is, I guess, the name of where I'm from. Have you heard of that place? Ninak?
And she kind of just she bows her head and a smile goes for the first time since you've seen her, and she's kind of just staring at the ground. Like, yes, that's the island where you're from.
Mm-hmm.
If he's there, there's something wrong. We all vowed to keep you a secret and never return there. I don't even know how he could get there. Something's not right.
But why couldn't he go back there? The ships brought me here. Could he not just take a ship?
No, it's not that simple. Those ships are used for the tournament. The vessel that we used, we stashed it away. We left it north of Haven, under the water, so that nobody else could use it. It was damaged after the explosion, and there was enough power to get it to there. To have it go further again, it would have to be extensive repairs and more power sources supplied. I don't even know if anybody has the knowledge outside of Centaurium to do that, other than me, obviously.
Oh. Okay, well, and there's no other way to get to the island?
Well, there are higher levels of transfer, but it's extremely rare. It's extremely rare because of the magical tearing through the ley lines that were destroyed with the cataclysm. Normal teleportations don't really work, but things are living, things are alive. I've heard of druids being able to move through trees. But Elias, he's not of that kin. He wouldn't have access to something like that.
Oh.
Unless
Okay,
Centaurium
well.
sent him out again, but that would make no sense.
Yeah, I don't know. He said that he couldn't come to me.
Hmm.
And that I told him I would let him know where we'd be going next.
Hmm.
Have you heard of me being called by a different name before?
What do you mean? No, Elias created you as Atlas. I've always known you as Atlas, as you are.
Do you know who Gideon is?
And she kind of, you just like see her almost chew the inside of her lip a little bit. Like, Gideon was one of the group that was on the expedition to the island with us.
What did they look like?
You see her kind of eyes kind of glaze over a little bit. She's kind of staring, like she's looking at you, but you can tell she's just staring right through you. Eyes going like vacant. She had long blonde hair, very strong, very kind. He's beautiful. He was a beautiful man.
What happened to him?
He passed away. He saved everybody that day with the explosion, and he didn't make it.
Can you tell me more about Gideon? What was he like? What was his personality like?
She lets out a big kind of sigh and slumps down. Almost, you can almost like feel the regret of trying to remember. He was very kind. He lived his life trying to help people. Him and Damon became very close. In Centaurium, they would travel the sort of more hard up areas of the city and try to help people. Always kind, always nurturing. Never put himself first, always looking out for others. Elias was almost inconsolable when he lost Gideon.
This might sound silly, but did Gideon have a fondness for nature?
Well, I mean, Damon did, and they were essentially a couple, so it would make sense she was a druid. So in that regards, yes. Him himself personally, I don't think so. Why do you ask?
Has he mentioned Damon or she mentioned Damon before? I don't remember this name being mentioned before.
I think she said once the name of the group that went out with them
so
in the
just
beginning.
in passing, no real details.
Right.
Well, I'm wondering, did Damon survive the explosion?
No. Oh, sorry. And she just grabs her head. It's like, no, Damon did. Gideon did not. Gideon was the only one who didn't make it. Damon, she still remains at Haven.
Haven.
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you for sharing that with me.
May I ask why? Where did you hear this name?
It just someone we passed, like, just a person we kind of came across called me that name, but I think it was an accident. I'm not sure what to make of it.
Yes. Well, it must have been an accident. Gideon Veritas is unfortunately no more.
Well, it was Dr. Elias's son?
Yes. It was.
Oh shit.
Well, what after Gideon passed, you said Elias was very upset. Did you notice a time where that kind of stopped? Or maybe he, one day kind of got over it?
Well, I don't think he ever got over it, but he wasn't a man for showing emotions very much, and almost immediately put himself into the work, trying to contain, capture, secure the sphere, and that's what he poured his heart and soul into.
Right. I feel kind of. I would call Dr. Elias father, but now I don't feel like that's right.
Well, he did create you.
But my existence caused the death of his real son, no?
I wouldn't think of it like that whatsoever.
Well, when you released whatever that energy was that I'm a part of, that's what killed Gideon. Is it not?
That's one way to look at it. However, I try to look at it like something beautiful came out of something tragic. Without Elias being there, the energy, the sphere that was there, that protective barrier would have just resulted in death and nothing more. But here you are. Life.
I know it's hard to think about it, and you don't have to if you feel it's too hard, but can you just describe to me the moment that I was born and Gideon was killed? Can you describe what it looked like?
I can see like
Can you take me through the moment? I know it's hard, but
when I was getting through the final stages of that protective barrier, it was like an explosion. And Gideon, I got hit. And she points to her eye patch. And the shrapnel flying behind me, Gideon jumped out in front of the rest of the group. Put his back to everyone. And whatever spell or magic he had access to. Protected them. But it just ravaged him. He was pierced from head to toe. And died almost instantly.
I'm so sorry.
It was a long time ago.
Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing that with me. You said Damon was still alive, and Damon was a druid. Do you think Damon would have that ability you were speaking of to teleport?
I mean, it's possible. We haven't spoken. None of us have spoken since we arrived back on the mainland. So it's possible that her skills have developed to that amount, I suppose.
Do you know if Elias kept in touch with Damon?
No, again, we didn't. None of us. We agreed to go our separate ways and essentially never speak of the event. I've had no contact with any of them.
Okay. Well, I won't bother you more about this. I know it's been hard.
I understand wanting to know, the roots and where you came from. Knowing your past and your history can help, forge your path forward. So I understand.
Alright. Well, Luke, was there anything else that we wanted to...
Who?
Oh, sorry, Jack?
Not that I needed to speak to Cleric with. I guess now's just the Fey Forest.
Okay. Alright, well, if you need me, yell really loud. Unless you can send me a message.
You hear all four of them chuckle.
And, I'll let you know if I find anything more in terms of where Dr. Elias is.
She smiles. She puts her hand on your shoulder. Well, I hope you find what you're looking for. Things get hard, and you really need to reach out a little bit further and ask for some help that might not seem within reach. Then maybe check your new equipment. She gives you a wink.
Okay, I will do that. And if you can, I don't know if you have the ability to, but if there's a way you can reach out to Damon and see if she's been in contact with Elias, can you let me know?
I have some channels that I can use. Yes, I will.
Okay. Alright, well, thank you very much, and, can I get one of those hugs before we go?
Don't even need to ask. And she immediately leans over and pulls you in tight.
I'll hug her a little longer this time because I don't know if will be the last time. So just kind of hold her in a little longer and really.
She soaks it all in. She doesn't even let up on the squeeze until she feels you start to back away.
Okay. Like, am I getting like the vibe that I could probably like slip the hand down a little bit, or no? Okay.
You can certainly try.
Bro's a savage.
No, it's fine. I'm just kidding. I'll start heading out now.
Call that the 8th grade slide.
Come on, Astos.
And I jump up.
To the Feywild.
She turns her
Fey
head.
Forest.
The Feywild?
Fey Forest.
Fey Forest.
Ah, Visiting the Fae Forest. We'll be very careful. There's dangerous beasts in there, but I'm sure Bulgar already told you.
We'll be
Yes.
ready for him.
I think we should go to the pens.
Yeah, we'll be safe.
Alright, be safe, sir.
You as well, Atlas, 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 Atlas.
Bye.
And she walks back over to her little station in the center. Starts bowing down to go into meditation again.
Okay.
All right, at this time, Darius, you kind of come into there, walking in. You can kind of see the Atlads kind of congregated in the mod area. You've put your order in, which you've been told will be taking some time. But yeah, you see them all kind of leaving Sarek's area.
Okay. Hey, guy. I unhood. Actually, I wouldn't be hooded at this point, so it's fine. No, I'll just walk up. Hey, guys.
Darius.
Have you are you just getting here, or are you leaving?
Leaving.
What did you find out?
I don't know. Surak's pretty.
You'll have to ask Atlas when you have some time together.
I mean, we're about to go on a walk. Can you not just fill me in while we're walking?
As Jack and I both walk past Darius.
Yeah, I can let you know. So, I guess the Gideon name is Elias's son. Real son. The one that died on the day I was discovered.
Oh. Why would Ligu call you that?
I don't know. I don't... So, here's the thing, and maybe I didn't want to say anything, and maybe we just keep it between us, because I don't really understand it. But I think I might be this Gideon person. I don't know. Well, he
We've
died.
seen. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. But he died at the moment I was released, and with the way these energies work and all the things that are possible with it, I almost feel like it might be possible maybe that energy combined with his
Maybe that energy, like your body is powered by it because you are still an automaton, but maybe as whatever happened, like what did happen? How did he die?
the explosion that released me carried shrapnel that he basically shielded them from, and he died from those wounds.
So maybe the energy released from the sphere bound your spirit to this body. Which would
That's
explain why
what
you have no memories, because you don't have your brain.
Yeah, I know it's kind of... I know it's silly and it's probably way out there, but...
I mean, everything we've seen over the past 2 weeks is kind of way out there.
Well, that's what I mean, and that's why I feel like I know Mastos I couldn't even begin to try to explain this to. But
Accurate. So I've been thinking about this because, I know, I mean, obviously I don't have this magical skill, but I know there are spells out there. Would you ever want to be human?
I mean, yeah, inside, like, when I first think of an answer to that, my answer is yes. But then when I process that and what that means, will I be able to help people the way I help people as a human? Or would I be giving up that ability? And when I think of that, then my answer is no, because that would be the selfish choice.
Of course, and that is the Atlas answer.
And that's what I mean. I constantly want to help and be selfless. And I know I joke sometimes, but those are traits that Gideon had. And when I asked Cleric to describe him, she described how I act.
Mm-hmm.
And even to the point where my I like my flora and fauna, and I don't understand. It's the life behind it. It's the nature of it. It's always appealed to me, and I never understood why. And when I said that to Cleric, she said that Gideon, not that he himself liked it, but was in love with a druid. And in turn, he found comfort and love in nature. It just all makes me feel like there's a part of that in me.
It could be. I mean, I get the feeling as time goes forward, and I mean, if we run into Lego again, you could ask him.
I don't know if he'd be too willing to share that answer.
Well, he seems to be more along the yes or no nature. So, you know, we give him a trade, he wants information, we give him information, and you just ask, you know, did I used to be Elias's son Gideon? Then he doesn't have to give you an explanation, it's a yes or no. It's harder
Right.
for him to dance around the answer.
And I think then I process it more, and I think maybe just Dr. Elias made me this way.
Programmed you to be like his son.
Yeah.
That's also possible. But I mean, not that I'm saying it's impossible, because if you had asked me 3 weeks ago if I could see an automaton running around that had a person's soul fused inside of it, I would call the person crazy. And I mean, I've heard a lot of stories, but I've never heard anything like your story. And then I after everything I've seen over the last 2 weeks, I think it's possible. I actually think it's plausible, and it kind of makes a little bit of sense. I mean, you're an automaton like nobody's ever seen before, and you know, you respond to things that a normal automaton wouldn't. You can be healed. You were revived. And it's not like you could be repaired and brought back. Like, we had to go through an ordeal to bring you back.
Right. And I don't know. I don't know where this path leads.
Well, all we can do is walk it.
But I do have a new destination, I think. That
Where?
might actually help all of us at some point. Sir talked about Gideon's partner Doron, the druid. And she was very concerned, or at least didn't understand how Dr. Elias would get back to my island, if that's where he is, like he says he is, because only the boats can make it there. And the ship that they used to get there previously, they hit it under the waters.
No.
So, I don't... But they also said that druids have a magic that could get from one place to another. And this person, this Doron that was with Gideon, that they're a druid, and it just all makes it it all leads back to north of Haven. Because that's where their ship has been stashed, and that's where this druid lives. So, I mean,
Where did she give you the name of the place?
Haven?
Oh,
North.
just Haven.
Just north of Haven.
Oh, because like Mastos mentioned Dumanian Grove,
Oh, yeah?
and he said that's a druid place, so like she could be there.
Maybe we need to figure out where Haven is, and what's north of Haven.
Yeah.
But I don't imagine it having much of a name. She would have probably said the name. I think because it was hidden there that it might not be a specific place. Just a location.
It's also fair. Well, I mean, we can definitely look into this. We also need to poke Jack. I mean, I still have this dragon egg in my bag, and I don't know what we're supposed to do with it.
Right. And we have to keep an eye out for that Drake Warden that... and hunting other Drake Wardens. That's still a thing, right?
Yeah, I think as long as, he doesn't go off on his own like he did last night, we have a better chance of, if she confronts him.
Right. Well, we better catch up to them then, because Mastos not going to keep them in line.
Yep, that's fair. And I tap my boots together and...
I'll zoom up behind.
Okay. As you guys are heading towards the you guys are heading, I'm assuming, towards the pen?
Yeah.
Or where are you
Yeah.
going? Okay. Just want to make sure. These guys are walking down, paying more attention now. You see this big bugbear working outside. You see these animals stacked up in these different kind of fenced off areas, pigs, cows, things used for the city. And behind stands this massive, almost like sheet metal wall that cordons off about 150 feet this side of the core, with one big kind of decorative metal door in the middle. Mastos, you can almost feel the excitement knowing beyond this wall lays a piece possibly of your home. And as you guys walk up and you see this bugbear look up at you all and kind of give this little smile out of the corner of his eye, and we'll leave it there for tonight.
Ooh,
Bless
bugbear.
All right.
All right, great session, guys. Good job, good job, good job.
Appreciate
be
it.
back.
I'll catch you guys later.
Yeah, I guess we'll sleep,
Later.
bro.
Awesome. Have a good night.
See you. Bye,
Thank
guys.
you.
Night.
See you viewers back here at 8 p.m. EST next Tuesday. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy it.